the crib, no problem.
Hey, someone do a funny rap. Someone do a funny rap, and we'll start on the end of the funny ass rap. No, come on, freestyle. Freestyle. Hey, get on the mic and freestyle, bro, real quick.
Yeah, I don't have a mic.
We gotta have a fire intro.
Yo, we gotta give this such a great intro.
Oh,
What?
Mel with a lava mic?
Ooh,
Melly Mel with the lava mic.
Alright, Mel, for real, come on, kick a freestyle.
Talk some ratchet shit.
I got the thing shitting like a curry.
Oh, all right. Well, that's the start of the pod.
Didn't fade it or nothing. Just hold up. Before we start, you know what time it is.
What the time is?
Oh shit.
Hey man, if you
someone need to sponsor Evander Holyfield with this. People know ears.
If you watching this, man. If you watching this, man, this episode is brought to you by Litney's, man. My dogs
sir.
down at Litney's.
Our first sponsor.
Shout out to Hunter Gordon, man.
Hunter Gordon.
They know what time it is.
They don't know it, but we know what
time it is.
They knew. With the pod, with the future this bright, you gotta have your Litney's on, baby.
It's too bright out
You know
here.
what time it is.
There's too many lights over
Too
here.
many stars in this bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God, we're gonna see how long we go through the episode with these bad boys. Hey, but how does it look though? Hold up.
X-Men, bro.
Bro.
Cyclops.
I'm trying to see it.
Yes, sir.
Matter of fact, don't even trip.
Yes, sir.
Don't be clean.
Yes, sir.
Oh, we look lit.
Too much drip.
Wait, is it called litany? So it's like you can't see your eyes when you're really lit or something?
Low key.
I'm so lit. that nigga
Exactly.
can't
Hey,
even
yours is
say
kind of
nothing.
cool. It look like a snowboarder.
What did it look like? What did it look like?
That's actually kind of fire.
I
We
got
should
the drip, man.
Take turns fucking running up to the camera and
Showing
Like some
what's up.
sitcom like intro.
Oh, God. Oh yeah, exactly.
Niggas be dancing in front of the camera.
We still don't have no pod intro. That'll be the intro. We'll literally just take turns running up like the sitcoms used to do. They like
And then just
there
speed it
and
up.
Yeah.
You didn't like the idea?
I kinda-
You going first.
All right.
No, you got to do some funny shit. You got to dress
All
like
right.
LeBron when he had the king shit on and just the cape. And that challenge they did. I don't know why it's the first shit I thought.
I didn't even see it.
When they did, what
You
was
know
that
I don't watch
challenge?
that shit.
No, the old ass challenge. Like
LeBron.
how
Oh,
does
when
that
he
song
did it.
go? Like don't make me. Oh no.
You
Yes,
did that
yes,
thing?
bro. What was that challenge called?
I don't know.
Because I forgot how
Harlem
the song.
Shake?
Harlem Shake. There we
Yeah.
go. Exactly. Yeah, the Harlem Shake was.
Hey, y'all king goofy as fuck.
Huh? Yeah, you still. Oh, y'all king goofy. We knew he was goofy. It's fine. All right. Anyways, man. Appreciate y'all. We gonna kick this motherfucker off. Y'all
What
ready
up,
to
y'all?
go?
What's
Y'all
up?
ready to
What's
turn
up?
up? All right.
Y'all ready to pod?
Are you ready to pod? Hey, who's coming
Hey,
to pod
we
today?
podding today.
We podding today.
All right, so then we set. Appreciate
All right.
everyone who's joining us today. Thank you very much, man. Whenever y'all listen to this, whether you're at work, you're on your way to work, on your way home, on the toilet, it really don't matter. We
It don't.
appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir.
And
man.
we're gonna keep rocking. And before I forget, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, guys.
Smash
It
that
means-
like button.
Smash that like
Early.
button. See, I gotta get all the shit
got it
that
early.
be saying
Yeah.
down. See, hey, and I did it at the start of the episode, not an hour 2 or none of that. You feel me? I'm getting
It only
better. I'm
took
getting
5
better.
episodes.
Oh,
Feel
yeah.
me?
That's right. We are in episode 5, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you
Cinco.
for joining us.
Cinco.
You know what they
No
say about
ocho.
episode 5? Y'all know.
What
Y'all
they say?
know.
What they
What's
say?
that mean?
What's known don't need to be said. You feel me? Just gotta be
Exactly.
understood. You feel me? So y'all already know. Y'all already know
Alright.
about Pod 5. And so now you can read the vibe. You feel me? Well, let's just start. I know. See, it's the warm up. We did a little. You know what I'm saying? Low key. Oh, it's the litanies.
The litanies.
I feel
got
like
it.
the litanies just gave us different energy.
Yeah.
It really is.
With you spitting like that was like, and with the lit, it was.
It was. So we gonna clip that then. You follow?
Clip it
Like you were
yeah.
actually going about. Like you could tell you were yourself. Like,
Yeah, Mel, we're actually recording right now, bro.
Yeah.
So like, no.
This
We
is why you
gotta get
gotta
home
go
with a
back.
mic.
Hey, where's Rich at?
Anyways, we got backstage.
Yes, sir.
Melly in the cut,
Shout out to
Melly
Melly.
Mel.
DJ Melly Man.
smoking on the stizzy, smoking on the stizzy.
be hired, man.
Let's just hope everything goes well back there.
Yeah.
We
We'll
got
pray.
his assistant missing. Y'all just be like switching out spots. Yeah, Young Kai Creations in the building.
Yes, sir.
We got the snowboarder. That's what it is, cause
Ah,
the
the
beanie too. It's the king of the
snowboarder.
snowboarder.
So boy, let's get it.
We got Dale the Brilliant.
Thank you, I appreciate
As
that.
he told me he was gonna start rapping, and he said he was gonna start going by Dale the Brilliant.
I like it.
THA.
Hey, I fuck
Dale
with
the
it.
Brilliant.
I'm dead ass. He told
I
me
fuck
this shit
with
on the way over.
I didn't say shit, bro.
I also didn't drive this nigga this time.
Oh, bro.
Nah, I rode with Keith.
Oh.
I drove though. I was big dog.
Yeah.
It was Key rode with me.
Dude, this fool was hitting 100 on the freeway. It was wild, man. Wow.
That's the way to do it.
Okay, there's one more thing. See, I always forget this episode. I'm on point now. Way Back Down is still out, ladies and gentlemen.
Still out.
sir.
Appreciate y'all.
Go check it out.
Appreciate the numbers. Appreciate the streams. Appreciate the listens. Appreciate the shares.
Shout out
I need
Germany.
to stop saying appreciate. Every time I watch these bitches back, I'm like, that's the one thing I'm gonna change in the intro. And I already said it like 5 times.
It's a learning
Because it's
experience.
episode 5, yo.
Nah.
It's a learning
Yeah.
experience.
We gotta redo the intro.
All right, we're starting.
Sorry, boys. Mel, we redoing it. Hey, chill. Nah, he was really gonna cut that shit out.
That's about it. Like,
He's already.
Alright, boys. You know what? Since we in good vibe. Well, first off, no, I forgot. We gotta check in. How y'all weeks been? What y'all been on, man?
Oh, it was
you know
Valentine's
I've been
Day.
having a good time.
It was Valentine's Day's weekend.
Yeah. How was y'all on Valentine's Day? What was y'all on? Yeah, what were you on,
man.
big dog?
I had some seafood boil, which was delicious. I'm not a big crab guy when it comes to seafood boil. I like shrimp. Are you guys a fan of crab?
I do like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Crab, I'm like, all right, cool. I think I'm starting to get a taste for it, but I still go with the shrimp. You know, the cockroaches of the
Not
sea.
like a mix, like a crab.
So
and
you had a
shrimp.
good.
Yeah, that's what we did. Yeah.
Oh,
That's cool.
So it's called seafood boil?
Well, that's like boiling crab and
Yeah.
kicking Cajun.
Yeah,
all
that type of shit.
stuff.
Ah,
That's the
okay,
terminology.
okay.
You know,
Someone
LA.
had a nice little date. Okay.
Yeah, I kicked it with my mom. It was really fun, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cap. We'll rock with it though. That's cool. All right.
It's
you and
COVID,
your
man.
mom.
COVID precautions.
I feel that, man. That's beautiful. Valentine's Day was cool. No, I was chilling, do shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to watch.
But then we had the
Judas
birthday
and
the next
Messiah.
day.
Okay.
Yes, so well, not mine, but I was celebrating the birthday.
Nice.
But and you know, see, you got the little tattoo. Watch, I'm gonna unveil the tattoo pretty soon, man. Wait, did I show you?
You did.
Oh yeah. Did I show you?
Nah, she not.
Look, I'm gonna look.
We got it.
I gotta unveil it. When it heals, I'm unveiling this bad boy.
All right. Yeah, because it do look.
I got a
fucking
big
ugly.
ass Kai Creations face on my wrist. For the
It's
pod.
just a black spot.
For the pod.
You good, Melly Mel?
Having too much fun with his litanies. Hey, low key, seriously though about the litanies, shout out to that brand and shout out to our dogs. But hey, these motherfuckers stay on your face hella
They do,
good.
they
I
do.
haven't had to adjust my shit at all. Shout out to
Yeah.
litanies, bro. On
Dude,
IG.
imagine people with no arms. Like, this is perfect for them.
Not even no arms. Like by the time like you get really high at the party, you don't even notice you got them on. At this point, you like these the shits.
Oh
I don't
God.
know. You that's what
You
life
just like
looks like
these
right now.
shits.
You know?
Like what?
I've never fucked with litanies more than I do right now. Cause now like it's hella cozy. All right, I'm gonna put this shit. I'm gonna put the link in the bio now.
Do it.
I'm going all in. I'm gonna make sure I do it.
All right.
All right, you know what? Oh no. So what happened Valentine? Did anything in the news we should talk about? The Meek and 6ix9ine shit happened. You can tell me.
Tell us what happened. What
So
does that
basically,
mean?
they spent. Okay, I got it. They basically spent Valentine's Day together. Yo, no, isn't it kind of crazy to be beefing on Valentine's Day though? That's
With two
hella
grown
funny.
ass men.
Two grown ass men beefing on Valentine's Day, bro.
That is too like.
Was it about a female?
No.
No,
That's the extra weird
no
part.
beefing. No beefing over a female. That would have made more sense because it's Valentine's Day. Like, you know, a lot of shit could go wrong on Valentine's Day, but I don't know about pulling up on a nigga to try to press him on Valentine's Day. Basically, so they say they was in a club right in Miami because you know they got hella clubs cracking out there. Wait, should we go litanies off? I don't feel like I'm being taken seriously. I see the fucking looks on your faces. Yeah, I feel you
Well,
guys.
is
are-
this really a serious topic like that?
Yeah, fuck that. I'm rocking out with the. All right, we'll finish this topic. Let's get through it. But nah, me. All right. So the club happened. They was in the club. Apparently, they seen each other in the club. Then when Meek, nothing happened. Then when Meek went to dip, 6ix9ine and his security niggas pulled up on Meek and his security niggas, and then niggas just filmed each other and talk shit.
And that's
the story. I don't like. I not that I don't
nobody
know the
knows
details.
what's said.
No, like that's literally all that happened. Like, no, they was on camera. You haven't seen the videos? They were both just. I mean, them or 6ix9ine had the phone. I don't know who's recording on Meek shit, but
Well, I feel like when 6ix9ine beefs with anybody, it's mainly just like the antics and stuff
bro,
like that.
how do you pull up on a nigga and it's all your security and they're all cops? So like they're literally just standing between y'all.
Wait, is there like any background between the beef between Meek Mill and 6ix9ine
They don't get along.
based on it?
and
they don't
6ix9ine's
like each
a
other. The
snitch.
same reason on like the same reason niggas don't fuck with. We should stop saying 6ix9ine on the pod. What they call him on Joe shit?
Tekashi?
Duke? Nah, we don't
Nah.
sound right saying Duke. You gotta be like New York cat to say Duke.
Yeah, no.
All right, well, fuck it. But yeah, nah, they put up. There was beef. I just think it's funny as fuck to beef on Valentine's Day, and it's kind of. Yeah, I don't know. That
They need some love in their life.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Like, first of all,
all days, bro.
Y'all in the club on Valentine's. That's what at first I was saying. I'm like, but I really don't know. Maybe niggas be in the club on Valentine's. I don't know if the club's lit on Valentine's. And even right now during COVID shit.
Yeah.
So that shit's weird. But yeah, they had a confrontation, man. What are your thoughts?
Not much.
I know, right?
Why don't we talk about this?
I don't
cares.
know. Like, nobody really gives a fuck.
Because like this is some shit we're gonna forget about next week, you know.
But you know, and we're back. Everything looks hella bright in here, especially the lights and shit. It's very bright, huh?
Yeah.
It's like glowing. Yeah, exactly.
You can see the energy in the room. I feel like I'm closer to my spirituality right now.
Look,
I'm getting closer to the unconscious.
Closer to your sexuality?
Sexuality? I don't know what that is. My sexuality is a spectrum. Nah, I'm just kidding.
All right, y'all. So did anything fucking noteworthy happen this weekend aside from Valentine's Day? Hey, low-key, there was hella. What did y'all think of the Valentine's Day post? Was y'all going through your little feed, seeing what y'all think about the couples posts? Y'all saw all the like bitter single posts or like the self-love posts and shit like that.
I saw a hella new couple.
I'm just saying what I saw. I'm not saying a bad thing. If you read a book that's a self-help book, it's a self-help book. Yeah, it is what it is.
You saw a lot of
You see
people
the
like
vibes?
posting their significant other, and you're like, oh, okay. Someone like, damn, okay, you got something going on. You'd be like, you see someone, you're like, god damn, you downgraded. But I don't know.
That's kind of. I do feel like it does turn people to haters. Just seeing this shit, like when you keep seeing that many posts, I turn to a hater a little bit too here, and like, what the fuck is like, bro? A week ago, y'all was like. Sneak dissing each other on the gram and shit. Like, dude, when couples be subbing and like making this shit like public, I'm like, fam, I don't want to see this shit. But then I especially don't want to see this shit when things is good. Now y'all back on the gram. It's a week later, man. Like, I would do anything for you. Like, fam, just chill out. Like, just keep it to y'all.
Yeah, remember that one couple that like are beefing, then Valentine's Day starts coming up and try to get back on the good side for Valentine's Day.
That's what I'm saying. Turns you to a hater because I was making them. I was seeing that shit. I'm like, I was thinking the exact same thoughts in certain scenarios, basically.
Yeah, a lot of people I feel like are in relationships for social media nowadays.
Oh God, that shit is a trip. There's a lot of relationships like where everything is on the gram. Fights, non-fights. Like I feel like if you like openly just sneak dissing each other on the gram, it's like. Don't y'all know each other's families and shit? Like, isn't that shit weird? Like, you got, like, your fucking girlfriend's fucking brother seeing this shit. Like, I don't know. That's weird. Especially if you got your girlfriend's mom on IG or, like, vice versa, like, their parents. I'd be so embarrassed. Like, I'm over here fucking sneak dissing this nigga daughter. What the fuck?
Imagine the dad start liking the post. I agree. That bitch annoying.
I'm fucking dead. All right. You know what? All right, I had a question for y'all. I want to see what y'all think about this. What's more important, self-confidence or self-awareness?
Self-confidence. Because if you're confident, you could just bullshit your way through life. No bullshit.
Okay. Damn, made a point.
Yeah.
If you're self-confident, you can bullshit your way through anything. Can you bullshit your way through anything, though?
I mean, look at Donald Trump. He became the president. All just pure bravado and self-confidence and being white. But yeah, you know.
Can you hear me?
The audio was fucking up a little when he said that last thing, but it probably picked up somewhere.
Yeah, I feel like self-confidence, like confidence half the battle when it comes to a lot of things in life. And if you're just securely confident, you can just finesse your way through life. Just meet the right people, charm them the right way, opportunities happen. Like, I feel like that's half the fight. So I have to go with confidence on my end.
Okay, Beagles.
I think I'm going with self-awareness just because I've become more aware in my life right now. But you know, also being self-aware kind of brings out, like, there's also negatives to it because, like, now you're like constantly overthinking, because if you're self-aware about something, it's like, oh, I said that, oh damn, what are they taking to like, and it just brings a lot of different things. But I think they go hand in hand, but if I have to pick one, I would definitely go with self-awareness.
Let me ask you this. Can you accomplish anything without confidence?
I'll let you answer, but
can I accomplish anything without confidence? I think when you're self-aware, there is a certain level of confidence that comes with it. because if you're aware about your surroundings, then there is a confidence in talking about certain things. You know, you're comfortable. There's more comfort in knowing that you can speak freely. I feel like you're free.
What was your question again, Dale?
Oh, can you think you can accomplish anything without confidence?
I didn't answer the question.
At all.
No, you did.
At all. I wanted you to just go on that whole shit. I didn't want to call you out in the middle of it like, hey, you're not even answering the question, but yeah, you did answer the question.
I feel like you. Well, I'm gonna try to save your ass real quick. What I interpret you were saying was that you're going with self-awareness because having good self-awareness naturally brings a sense of confidence.
Yeah,
I think that's what you were saying, but you know, apparently you weren't.
I think when I was younger, I think self-confidence, I ran through life with self-confidence, me being confident. But also when you're a little too confident, it might come off as egotistical.
It's true.
You know what I mean? And also when you're kind of in oblivion when you have a certain amount of self-confidence, you don't kind of care, and you can say whatever you want. There's some type of freedom to just being confident. You know, so what were you gonna say? What's your take on self-awareness or self-confidence?
What were you about that?
Oh, but anything.
Nah, I'll take self-aware. If I had to pick between a person, I'd take self-awareness. Like, if our backstage guys, right? If they were just came in here fucking hyper confident, but like we know like this is relatively new, so there's a big learning curve. If you just fucking confident shit, no, don't help me, I got it, and you fucking up the whole podcast the whole fucking time, nigga, why are you so confident? You don't know what you're doing. Yeah. But if you're self-aware enough to be like, all right, I'm gonna learn this shit, I'm gonna keep working on it. Everyone's happy because you like, all right, I'm gonna keep working on it. I feel like it applies to a lot, even like basketball. Like you could be confident in shit is great. You should be confident in your abilities, especially if you worked hard and shit like that. But nah, fuck that. If you're just blanket statement confident, you met niggas at the park just chucking up everything and they ass. Okay, obviously that's not gonna work. If you a little ass, you can be self-aware enough to find how you can be helpful to the team. Yeah. And then even if you are a baller like myself, if you are a baller, you could be self-aware enough like what James Harden is doing right now. Understanding the floor, understanding if I go and just try to be the man and just chuck up shots, it ain't gonna be the move. I'm self-aware enough to be able to stay confident and know where my confidence comes from, but at the same time, keep everyone happy, keep everyone on the right track and shit. So,
like
that's like the best logo.
Look, I know we said you get into topics, but I also want to tell y'all about what's it called? Hotel Cecil. Have y'all watched that?
No.
What's that?
Explain.
So the viewers too, y'all thank me later. I'm gonna say this without giving no spoilers, and also I only watched the first 2 episodes, but Hotel Cecil is fire, right? So what Hotel Cecil is, it's a hotel that was started in downtown in like 1900. Yeah, downtown LA, right? Back then, so where Skid Row is now, it wasn't Skid Row, it was Jumping. It was like that was the spot, like you're in downtown. So then they had this hotel that was. Did I say some shit weird? The fuck
no,
is you laughing at?
The Skid Row. I just thought about like it since it was
Start
popping.
laughing at Skid Row.
No, because it used to be popping, and now we know why it's not.
Oh yeah, so
it was a little too popping, you know.
Well, so no, I'll tell you because they actually went in the history of what happened with Skid Row, but so yeah, it's at where Skid Row's at now, but it was there. It's still it closed down in like 2017. But would you stop fucking smiling?
Can't smile? Come on, man. You think smiling is a crime?
But no, so it's located there. It was cracking back in the day, right? But then in like 1975, they started moving anyone that got dropped from an insane asylum, pretty much anywhere where that they could get dropped off. You just got out of prison or whatever, they drop you off in Skid Row. And that's how Skid Row became Skid Row. Like, they basically found a place, all right, let's move all of these people away from the major parts that we want in the city, and now we're going to basically just leave them here, and you're allowed to sleep on the street, allowed to sleep in tents, but also all of the homeless facilities are there too. So they basically put everyone where the homeless facilities are, and then so they have the option to go there, but obviously a lot of people are just there to stay. But so that shit's there, right? So at the time, at first, it was like a nice hotel. It was Jumping, 700 rooms, big as fuck. But then since it became Skid Row, they had to make it so it's like a super cheap ass hotel. And so like serial killers stay there, prostitution be going on in there. A lot of like they had 80 the manager worked there for 10 years. They had 80 deaths during that time. Like,
damn.
so now the only people staying there because it's super cheap. So you know the Night Stalker, Richard Ramirez, he's staying in that bitch. Like they say he was coming back in that motherfucker bloody. Like, and that was just regular for that hotel, right?
What's the premise? Like,
So
who's
I
the
got
character?
I got to tell you about the hotel first. So
Okay.
it's all true story, and that shit closed down in 2017. But that's what the people in the hotel. But the thing is, the only other people going there are like foreign. It was basically it's a travel type inn. So like foreign exchange people, because they don't know any better. They're like, oh, it's in downtown, and they just see the signs. Damn, look at this,
and it's cheap,
and it looks beautiful in the pictures, and it's crazy cheap. So like people from Canada, people from France, like they end up going there sometimes if they don't check reviews very well, and they're like, what the fuck? Because you're right by Skid Row, like you're in a dangerous ass spot. And everyone living there, because the thing is, it's not just a hotel, it's living. Like people, so guys have lived there for 10 years, 20 years. You have murderers living in there, like niggas on the run from the police. Like that's where they call home. So like niggas be dying in that bitch. Like it's dangerous as fuck, right? A girl, she was 21. She was from Canada, came to stay at the Cecil. And she went missing, and it was a real story, and it was like a huge craze of people. It was such a huge mystery because there's like an elevator video of her and stuff in her last time being seen. So there's a bunch of like it's just super mysterious and what happened. It's all a real story, but like bro, there's real just killers living in that place. Like it's crazy, and then like so many unsuspecting tourists would stay there, and then it's like they just want to go for a walk. They're like, what the fuck is this? They're just seeing hella homeless people. Like, and if you walk through Skid Row, and if y'all not from LA, Skid Row in LA is like, it's different. Like it's very different. Like it's almost like zombies. Not to try to sound like a dick. It's just very. I mean, obviously, there's different reasons people are there and shit. But
well, like if you go to DTLA, there's people who live there that call them zombies.
Exactly.
Wild.
That's what I was trying to say without sounding fucked up. I feel like anyone who hasn't seen it, it sounds like I'm like saying it, but like for real, y'all know. Fuck it, I'm only talking to y'all. Y'all know how Skid Row is. So the whole thing is about a girl who went there and then she turned up missing, and she's like little. She was little Chinese. She's like 5 feet tall, literally 5'1", 21-year-old. And yeah, she went missing. That's what the premise is about. So no spoilers from there, but it's basically covering like the whole investigation. It's really big on Netflix right now, but it's honestly fire. But at the same time, when we were talking about like the situation, and I'm like, bro, because she'd been there for 5 days before she went missing. I'm like, bro, like if you didn't know better, like, and you're because she in her defense, like, 'cause she was from Canada, so she didn't know. You know, it says downtown, but it's like, fuck, if that's you, like you're a tourist and you come in and you don't know where you're at, bro. That shit is very dangerous, dog. Yeah. Like, that shit's crazy. So it's pretty fire, man. You got to check it out.
You know, speaking of homeless people, what do you guys think about, like, you know how they created all these the housing units for homeless people in LA?
Yeah.
Like, what do you guys think about that? What's your guys' view on that? Like, is it that, oh, homeless people have a place to stay, at least they got a place to stay now, or what?
I'm fake as fuck for saying yeah. Could you explain the unit when you said if I knew what you're talking about?
So the housing units, they developed, like, I don't know, maybe like a couple hundred, or like not even 100. I think it's like 100 units for, and the houses, they look like they have 2 beds. And it's just a big ass shack, so people can just sleep in there.
Where are they at?
Probably DTLA. No. They opened up in North Hollywood actually, and it was just I forgot the politician's name, but it's that idea that because I could see that this is very appealing. They're like, oh, thank God they're finally doing something for the homeless people. But at the same time, when you look into the details of this, they spent like $5.6 million creating this. And there's a lot of homeless people that became homeless recently because of they couldn't pay the rent. And, you know, instead of like investing into like those properties, I don't know why you guys couldn't just invest into paying people's rent. You know what I mean? Because some people, I see that. Okay, but at the same time, I feel like it's a politician pandering. You know,
I think honestly the biggest, because I feel like there's just different groups of people. It's so many different stories. It's like how people became homeless. Some people, like they literally just couldn't pay their shit, and they're gonna try to figure it out. Like they're the ones, like we've all known people that like slept in their cars. That's a lot of times there's people that sleep in their cars and it's packed as fuck, and it's like but some people they're in a situation, they gotta grind it out. But there's a lot of people that are just suffering from mental illness, and like, so that's what I'm saying. I feel like that's one of the biggest things is dealing with the mental illness of people that are going through these. And a lot of it is caused by drugs. Like when you do hella, I'm not saying because a lot of people just have different disorders and shit like that, but like when you've taken shit like meth before, like you're losing so many brain cells that like you're pretty much a mental health patient like after not that many uses. Like, one dude was saying, he said like after 2 uses, you pretty much like, if you can't, unless you get off of it quick, you can really turn to it. But I wouldn't know because I feel like some people are probably taking some.
Dude, there's functional meth addicts in every restaurant that we go to. Trust me.
I'm saying,
there's motherfuckers that be hitting that shit every day, and they're just they chilling, they're cooking right.
But for people, because some people are like skeptical when it is drugs being the case of why people are don't give him that, he's just gonna buy drugs. But like, so a lot of the time it's like, well, if someone has taken drugs for a long period of time and like their brains are that fried, like you really can't have cognitive thought. Like that's why when people talk about like guys that are on drugs that are robbing people or they'll do anything to get it, it's because like their body desperately needs it at that point, and their mind has no cognitive reasoning to not do certain decisions. So it's like, I don't know what my point was. I think mental illness is like a huge thing.
There's functioning meth addicts.
There's functioning meth addicts. Like I've worked in hella restaurants and I've seen a lot of them. But going to the point about like, I think it's like a mixture of being on drugs and then being on the streets for so long and being rejected by the world for so long. I think it's a lot of different tangibles, but a lot of cases will be okay. Yeah, there's consistent drug users, but the downfall happens like when you're doing drugs and then your life is just reflecting at you like there, you don't have anybody in your life, or you don't know what you're gonna do with your life. But in some cases it's like doing the drugs and then you go into that version of life.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's so hard to because like that makes perfect sense. Then there's other people who are literally just bad times for them. Some people were born with disorders and just like never got help type shit. Or I feel like some people, it's like you said, like they might start out sane, but eventually over time things just change for them. Because I've had like a dude when I was in school came and like spoke who had been homeless, but he was like our age, and he was just talking about like what the nights were like and like what he was on and like the different stuff he was dealing with. And like it was just stuff that like it felt like you'd only know it if you really lived that. Like if you know, like he was saying, if you see a homeless dude, you want to give him something, give him socks. I'm like, bro, like, or obviously at first bad you're like, that would seem kind of random, I was just giving him. He's like, nah, trust me, because like you wear the same socks so much for so long, and then at the same, and it gets cold as fuck, because he was in Santa Clarita, so that shit is fucking cold, bro. Yeah. Shit like that. Do you think it's a stupid idea? Because JJ and Jose said, I don't know if we're gonna leave this in, but I'm gonna ask y'all. One time I was like, bro, low key, it would kind of be not kind of thoughtful to like give a homeless guy like a tub of protein powder. Cause okay, so y'all hating on me too, bro? Because think about it, it's meal replacement. So even if you're like hungry, because he would like that dude was saying like he would be starving so much to the point where like he didn't even want to eat anything because he had to you just have to go through it again. He said eventually after you haven't eaten, like it just kind of goes away. So he'd go forever without eating. And I was thinking like the protein shake was just off random thought. Like you could at least get some nutrition in terms of protein. You definitely need to be drinking hella water if you're gonna be drinking a lot of protein shakes. But dude, it is low key helping you. It fills you up, bro. You have a protein shake, that shit fills you up.
If you give protein powder to all the homeless people in LA gonna smell like shit, bro. It's gonna smell like boiled eggs, yo.
Yeah,
I'm dead.
They're gonna be farting, pooping and shit. That shit.
At least they gonna be yoked.
Yeah, a bunch of buff ass.
All the homeless people at the parks now.
Yeah,
they took over the park. It's my park now. Get the fuck off the court.
That'll be the start of the zombie apocalypse. A bunch of buff ass fucking.
The Walking Dead, but they're all like Usain Bolt running after you and shit.
Yo, did you guys know there's hella like there's a lot of homelessness in college students? That's like a normal thing. There's so many homeless kids in college, and they'll do it like living in the car. Or some people are like smart with it, you know, that they'll be homeless so they could get the money from financial aid, because they know if they use the money for housing, it's like you're gonna be in so much debt. And if you're already broke going into college, you got to find some type of hustle, and that's like, okay, I'll just use against the system. You know, the system's designed for us to be in debt. Fuck the system.
College is like, dude, just think about how fucked up that is. Like, we want people to come attend our shit, but they gotta pay a lot, bro. Like, just straight up. No. They gotta get themselves crazy in debt. Not even all of them will be able to pay it off throughout their life. Dude, I remember one of our teachers, I ain't going to say her name, but she be sitting up there like, She'd be sitting up there talking to kids like they was dumb if they didn't go to school. Like, wait, you're not going to college? Like, where are you gonna go? Pierce? Like the community college. But then she was the same one that'd be like, no, I'm never gonna pay off my student debt. No, I'm never gonna pay off my student loans. No, because at the rate that I make, she tried to explain it to us like at the rate that I make, I won't be able to pay it off. It doesn't make sense. The amount I pay monthly versus the amount of years I'll be alive. I won't be. I'm like. And you looking at kids that not going to school like they dumb. Like I'm not saying you're dumb.
Like you're not selling this well.
I think it depends. It depends. What works for you? What works in your life's trajectory? Like what specifically you're trying to do. But I feel like I'm glad it's kind of coming to a change where like you can't just because back then it would be like, wait, you're not going to school? Oh, so you're gonna be a failure?
Yeah, people make you feel like a loser.
Chill out.
Yeah, it's like I feel like the value of a college degree has significantly diminished over the years. With like the combination of more people having college degrees. I know I read somewhere like 20 odd some years ago, like only 10% of like Americans had BAs or higher, and now it's closer to like 33%. So now if there's more bachelor's degrees out there, like obviously the value of it naturally goes down, supply and demand type stuff. Plus with the fact that school is so much more expensive than it was before, it's just not as a wise investment to get a bachelor's degree as it was like 30 years ago. Going to college was a slam dunk. I was like, yeah, it's not that much money.
Yeah,
like my potential goes, I'll definitely get a good job. But now it's like, okay, it's a lot more money and I might get a better job. So it's like, yeah, it's not as like slam dunk as it used to be.
Meanwhile, they got the kid fired up during the little campus tour. They got him fired up to go to that bitch. They're like,
you know what's trash about college? That you're paying for college out of your own pocket or financial aid, whatever, but you're still paying for somebody to teach you. And if they are like some old ass cynical like professor that only knows one way of doing things, that's some bullshit. Like, why am I paying you to teach me about shit that I can learn off the internet? Like, that's the whack part about college. Like, I don't know, man. I can't believe I'm back.
After all that shit, I'm back here.
Let me feed the system.
Catch me in class tomorrow, 10 a.m.
With shitty professors.
I do that class.
This nigga got homework to do.
Bro, math is trash.
Any more sophisticated takes tonight?
Actually,
math is trash. College is trash.
Bouncing off after math is trash. What's your favorite subject school wise?
Philosophy. I feel like that's what you're gonna say, or sociology, anthropology.
I do like soc and psych, but my favorite subject, I don't know. I like music class.
Hey, would you let your kid get a major that you thought was stupid? Like a really dumbass major.
Like what?
Art?
Like basket weaving?
Yeah, I'm just playing. I knew that was going to do that to me.
Hieroglyphics.
Like I'm gonna name one off.
Nah, actually, Egyptian hieroglyphics is not that bad. You can travel with that shit. I actually want to learn hieroglyphics.
Okay, but
I
what if
study sanitation.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, what if it was shit that you like, fam? What are you gonna do with this after? Okay, what if it was what's a bullshit major that no one that watches this will have and get offended?
No, we'll find some.
There's definitely artists that will get offended.
Yeah,
I think
sociology, someone's gonna get offended.
Hey, I was thinking about getting a doctorate in sociology.
Oh, okay, good.
But
so what do you do with the sociology degree?
Sociology is a nice.
No, I love this subject.
Yeah.
But if my goal, and I was a kid, and I'm like, I'm going to because the point of college is like to get you educated, get your experience, but you're supposed to get a job afterward or do something with that degree.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do you do with the sociology degree? I wonder.
So
seriously, what fields do people with sociology degrees go in? Because I love the subject.
And you could be an educator.
Not informed enough to know specifically what.
Sociologist, you could be social worker. You could be what else? That's about it. But professor, you know.
Yeah, you could go back to school and be a professor. But realistically, like most people don't even go into the field where the degree is in.
Okay. Michael Che had this great joke about college. He's like, "Oh, so my friend, he's $80,000 in debt, and he's an English major. I learned English for free."
Right.
That's true. That's true as fuck.
But then, like, the thing about college, yeah, you're paying for the degree, but it's also more paying for, like...
friends.
Not even friends, but the connections you gain in college. Like, you can meet somebody at your college, or even the fact that I know, like, USC's big on this. Like, if you are applying for, like, a certain type of job, and the recruiter or the boss is from USC and you're from USC, you will get the hookup. So certain things like that, like certain like schools either hold clout or have certain connections.
I feel like college makes a lot of sense if it has to make sense for what you're trying to do.
You just need a plan. You can't go to college like, I'm going to college. Yeah, I'm gonna find myself. Like,
would
you
you let
find yourself before you invest that much money into your education?
Would you let your kid take a gap year?
Yeah. I mean, he better be working or something. Like,
Just chilling at home playing video games.
That shit.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yo, what if your kid during that gap year, he's like, Dad, I want to be a YouTube star.
Oh,
you can go with it, but he's just watching videos.
No, I say I better see some fucking videos if that's what you're supposed to be, a YouTuber. So where's the YouTube videos?
You gotta do it on the side. Like, what's you doing your main time? Like, what's your full time thing? Because that's not your full time thing yet. That's how it's.
What if he wants to be full time right now? He's gonna be a YouTuber.
No.
Well, you gotta get out the mud then.
But wait. So you're saying you wouldn't let your kid, if you want to just be a YouTuber, full time focus on YouTube after high school?
After high school? No, he's gonna have to have a job, and I gotta see like.
Oh! You're saying yes of a job? Okay, got you.
You gotta have a job, and then I want to see the product, and I want to see you stick with the product, and I want to see you work through it to then be like, okay, and then you don't have to have a job.
Got it. No, I thought you were saying about like you wouldn't let him take a gap year from school to work on the YouTube shit. I was like, I am surprised, but no, job, that makes sense. Yeah, I feel like if the kid takes a gap year,
you gotta do something.
You can do something with your time. Like, you're not gonna be focused on that shit 24 hours a day. Like, you got to be making some money, or it's like. It's a different situation, or like I would know my kid, so it's like maybe a job doesn't work because he has some type of situation worked out, or I'm well off to where it's like, okay, I know you're focused on this, and like I support it that way to where you're not spoiled or anything like that. Then yeah, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Focus on YouTube. We got the money. Cool. You know what I mean?
Kids would be lucky as fuck though, low key, because like. Even the way we talking about YouTube is different than how like our parents would have talked about YouTube. Like, I'm gonna be a YouTuber. What is that like? What does that entail? Me, I'm gonna be like, all right, so where's the content? Where the fuck is the content? I'll be watching the content. That would be so different. That's funny. It's gonna be.
They would have an advantage, you know.
I feel like the next generation of kids is gonna be the relationship between parent. Like, do you feel like it changes with generations? Like often, like the parent to kid relationship.
Yeah, I especially feel this generation. I feel more people are closer to their parents on like a personal level than they were like say 50 years ago, when it was just like, I'm your dad, it's my job to provide for you, that's about it. I'm your mom, it's my job to care for you, that's about it. Now it's more like people really get along with their parents, sometimes even form like legit friendships with them. I think that's more common than it was back in the day.
Yeah, I feel like, hey, did COVID bring y'all closer to your parents or like further from your parents?
Oh, it definitely brought me closer. I started having deep conversations with my mom and stuff. Like, she just started telling me stories she'd never told me before. I know this woman my entire life. And we just started like opening up, like talking about like how hard being in the pandemic has been for us and things like that. Just talking about even little things about how work is going. Like, just simple interactions we never would have had if the city was open and we're just out and about and not at home all day.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel like, yeah, shit. Same with me. What do I tell you? Y'all got closer or further from your parents during COVID? Or same?
Damn. I think it kind of came in waves. Like, maybe like when it first started, you kind of got closer because, you know, you're at home and you have to be at home. But I think as we kind of figured out, like, our own way and how to maneuver in COVID, we kind of stayed in our own little bubbles, even though we're in the same house. So it's like, and before we kind of would just watch movies more often, or, you know, like that would be some of the time that we found when, you know, we're not working or something like that. But now it's just we're working, and then I'm out, you know what I'm saying, running around sand dunes and fucking basketball or shooting some shit, or because now it's like, you know, I'm growing and as you know in my own way. So it's a different space, and you know I don't want to be talking to her like all the time. You know, you can't really, you love your mom, you talk to your mom, but it's like. Can't just be all up in my space all the time. Like, I gotta have my own time to kind of grow and figure my own things out and work things out in my head. So it's just kind of like, especially now with that time to think during COVID, it's like, so it's like I gotta have that time and space. But she understands me, like we're like that, so she knows and lets me get my own little space, and then we come back and I'm like, okay, this and that, and then she's like, oh, okay, and then I go back to my space, and then
I think I got better with time management during COVID, so that's why, like, of course at the beginning I think I've learned more about my parents because I'm willing to ask more questions, but yeah, I think I got better with time management. So like I'll have my time to do certain things, and I'll give my time to certain parts of the day, because you know your parents are lonely too. You know, they just, like, all a parent can ask for is just to be able to talk to their children. Yeah. You know, that's like one of the main things. Like, you just want more conversations with your kids, and like just want to like see what they're doing and if their head's on right and if you did your job. You know, I think talking about, or at least spending time with our parents is very important, just because, you know, our parents are definitely lonely, and obviously they no, not lonely. Okay, so we're scratching that.
No, I do know. I feel you. It just sounds funny.
Yeah, I think it's important to develop more of a relationship as you get older, because I think we put a lot of pressure on our parents to be amazing. Yeah. And we have a lot of expectations, and that's like the downfall of relationships, when people put expectations onto people, because we're all so different. You know, we won't want to look at it from another perspective, especially when we're young. But now it's different, because we're grown and we're trying, and this is where self-awareness comes in. Yeah. You're being aware that your parents need somebody to talk to, and they also want to talk to you to get an understanding and to see if they did the job right. Mm-hmm. You know, and I think that's where I left off from, like time management.
No, I feel you kind of like managing time and shit with just spending time. I've been feeling like the same way, like especially during like lockdown and stuff like that, of just like, I feel like something I've worked on, like just being better, is like when it comes to talking to people or talking to like just your loved one or people you're like your homies, your girl, whatever, like you know how to carry a conversation, you know how to check in and make each other laugh. And I feel like sometimes when it comes to our parents, like it's easy to, you're more the one tuning them out. Like your mom might be telling you about whatever story or kind of blabbing about something, you're kind of like, yeah, okay, cool. But it's like at the same time, like you're their baby, like they want to talk to you. Like, so I've gotten better at like making an effort, like checking in, how are you doing, like making good conversation and laughing. And, you know, maybe I try to like put the same energy I put, like good energy into like people, whether it's your girl, it's your homies, like of, you know, you can kind of tease each other, laugh, have a good time, and like kind of be sillier. So I feel like that's something I've improved on. Of like, it's so easy, you be in your own head. I'll be thinking about a fucking video that needs to get done, fucking editing. I'm like stressed for time or something, and I might not want to hear about, you know, some. And now I've gotten better at like, nah, like that's not really fair to not give your mom the same energy that you give other people, that you give your girlfriend, that stuff like that. So like that's one thing I've for sure worked on. So yeah, I feel like I definitely gotten closer to my parents in general, but my mom especially during
Do
COVID.
your parents show you guys like videos?
So, bro, my mom shows me a fucking viral video all the time now, and she's not on TikTok, but yeah, she's on IG, she's on Twitter. She'll tell me back when Trump was doing the shit, she'd tell me every time he tweets and shit like that. She was on Twitter shitting on him, like I was responding to his post or his tweet. I responded here, and she's telling me what she said. So if you really entertain conversation with your parents and have a good time, like you'll find, like I feel like, or at least for me, not everyone parents are the same, but like you find like, damn, like you're funny, like we gotta have a good time, have a good conversation. I've even learned like for example, like my mom, if we start like debate, like y'all, we could debate on something and we know how to talk, how to debate, like we're gonna try to make sense of what each other is saying. Sometimes with her, I'd have less of a fuse, like, bro, that doesn't make any sense. So I'm going about it in a way that I wouldn't go about it with someone else. I wouldn't just be telling like my girl, nah, like, no. So like now I'm getting better. Even just now we can have like debates and go back and forth and actually leave it like, that was a good, like, that's cool. Like, you know, it was a nice little conversation. Like, we both share different ideas. And I've also found out, like, we're more on the same page than I think. Sometimes, like, I feel like it's easy to think, like, your parents, like, they don't know any of this shit. Or they have totally different views, probably. But then, like, just seeing all the shit that's happened now where so many people have talked about their views and how they feel about different shit like that. Like, I've found that I'm more similar to, in this case, my mom than I thought. Like, you just hear different shit. So, I don't know. It's been cool.
Do you see yourself in your mom a lot?
I'm worried she gonna watch this. I'm worried she, yes, at times, yes. For better or for worse, there's things I've noticed and been like, oh, that's where I get that from. And there's also a lot of good traits I can say as well.
Isn't it funny when you start noticing it while you're talking to them? You're like, oh my god, yo, this is what I do with other people. Seriously, and then you just kind of laugh it off.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's been that's one good takeaway I've had of the whole lockdown stuff. I can definitely say, like, my mom especially, like, just getting closer, being a better son, being a better friend, and like just understanding shit a little bit clearer. Yeah.
It's part of the development, man. The whole process. God.
All right, on to actual. Let's talk. Y'all know about the Dave Chappelle shit? Did y'all see Redemption?
We did. I did.
He did. It was a little 10-minute type segment of him doing stand up, and he basically explained. I don't know if y'all know the situation with him. Should I just give the whole situation with him and like what happened with his deal? Not the intricate details, but the basic.
Just go over broadly.
But yeah, basically he had the Chappelle Show. Obviously y'all know how big the Chappelle Show was. When it started, he was not in a place of very much leverage, although he was 33, which is kind of cool to think about. Like his big show that he created Fam was like, I think he was 33 or 32
I think he
at
was
that
like
point.
he was 33. I thought he was like 28 or something.
I
That was like late 20s.
maybe 28 when he was developing it, but I think when it first aired, he was like in early 30s. I might be wrong, but he even then, like, it's crazy because it shows how much he was grinding because he was not on when that shit first happened. Like, he got turned down a lot. Regardless, his show blows up, and it's kind of similar to what happens in like music, but his show obviously is huge. But at the time when he had the deal, basically like his name isn't on it. Basically, he sold his baby to them. Like he had no control over it. And then a lot of times what happens with artists is like after, say you sign a bad deal, but then your shit's cracking. Like Drake, when he wanted to redo his deal, that deal got redone. And so basically usually when people have redeemed themselves, they've done, not redeemed themselves, but they've showed out their whatever is popped, they would obviously like some type of stake in that, whatever. Basically, they were like, nah. In 2004, they're like, nah, you could get 50 mil and we'll keep this shit going, but nah, you're not getting no ownership. And that was why he walked away from Hollywood. That's why everyone looked at him as so crazy, because this nigga just turned, back then 50 mil is a lot more for a hugely successful show, and people weren't thinking the same as they are now in terms of like,
that was that era. You know, that was the type of era where people would have to side with the business aspect of it.
Basically, the norm was getting fucked over by companies. It's still the norm now. It's just people are getting a little more like educated or appreciating the independence, and they're learning a little more about deals and shit like that. But basically, he turned down the money to stop the entire show, which is like, bro, you would have gotten 50 mil and still had your show running. That show was huge. Walked away, went away from all the fame base. This nigga was living on a ranch in Ohio. And then basically came back, did his big ass run on Netflix, came back huge, made billions. Was it billions, right? Am I tripping? Millions? Millions. For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, probably not billions. We would have heard about it. But, bro, I feel like he did make billions.
Maybe now
fucking
he's a
know.
billionaire.
I don't know.
Dave Chappelle is not a fucking billionaire.
Are you seriously?
Dave Chappelle is not a billionaire.
I don't think he's a billionaire. Like
What are we talking about?
Like
man?
Kanye just became a billionaire, right? And I'm pretty sure he's more lucrative than Dave Chappelle.
I feel dumb now. I might edit that out. But
Fact check real quick. Then we'll
But
see.
so
Let's say a millionaire.
So he had his shit. So basically
Multi-millionaire.
came back, did his shit, and then they had the Chappelle show back on Netflix, and people were hyped at first. They're like, oh shit, the show's back on Netflix. Everyone was binging. You was binging first. Like, I was like, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Sure.
And then on his special, he basically told
dropped
niggas like,
Unforgiven.
yeah, it was on Unforgiven. He's basically told niggas like, yeah, my show is on, and I am still not getting $1, so don't be too hyped. And then he basically told his fans like, don't watch that shit. So that shit ended up getting fucking taken down.
It got devalued heavily.
Yeah, so basically niggas weren't watching it, so it got taken down from Netflix. At first, people thought that he made a call to get it taken down from Netflix. That was the report. But apparently it was just the fact that people weren't watching it, so it didn't make sense to still have it up. So basically, recently, he got his deal. He just announced on Redemption that, not he got his deal, he got his show back, got his name back. They basically, Viacom contacted him. I think the guy's name was fucking something McCarthy. I want to say Chris McCarthy. I forgot. But he's the one that apparently has been making a lot of things right over there. So he basically talked him in, got some type of deal worked out. He got his name back on the show. He got his show back. So that's a huge win for him.
Yeah.
Super huge. And he basically did it in a way that everyone was saying you threw everything away. Like back in the day, people were saying he was on crack. They were saying he's
They
crazy.
shit on him.
Exactly. And then when he was high as fuck doing stand up and he fucked it up that one show, there was that. So they were really saying, yeah, he fell off. Like he's tripping.
So is he making new episodes?
I don't think so. I
Ooh.
think it's more just about getting the
monetary rights.
It's just your masters.
it's more getting his art back, getting his shit back. Because when you're an artist and you've created something and your name isn't on it, you're not getting any type of royalties. You're not getting any. They literally own it.
Yeah.
When you've made these people millions of dollars, and that's how they're valuing you, yeah, it says a lot as a creator. So, but the thing is, for the longest time, I remember you were saying too that Dave was kind of tripping in terms of it is a deal that you signed, and the deal is the deal. Why would they why would they give it back to you? Because they signed you to that deal for a reason.
I think it was an amazing move. I'm so happy for Dave Chappelle to get his stuff back. But at the end of the day, he did sign the deal. That's the idea. It's like the business side of it, because it's like super capitalistic. But I am extremely happy for Dave Chappelle. Like, an artist should be able to buy their art back. Like any like musician should be able to get their masters back, because you created that. That's yours. You put in so much effort into that. Why should somebody own that instead of you? And it's that era. It's that era that they need somebody Like they don't know how good it is until it's out and how the people have received it. So that's when you start realizing for your art. But I don't know. I still think that, yeah, he just, like, the way that he's phrasing it is, like, he's not taking any accountability for signing that deal. But he's just saying that, oh, they fucked me over in the deal. Yes, you did get fucked over in the deal, but that's how everybody was getting fucked over in deals.
But there's the thing. So first of all, it being everybody doesn't really matter when it's you that's getting fucked over in the deal. But let's take someone, let's say me. All right, let's say I sign a record deal, right? Let's say they give me a dope advance, but I don't own any of my masters or anything. Fine, I basically a fucked up deal. The type of deals they give where they wave money in your face, you fired up because it changes your like current life. But you have no idea that the label's like, no, we're going to build this nigga up and make millions. So they're making dummy bread. So the CEO, everyone you're talking to, they're getting paid off of you, right? They're all eating off of you, off of my shitty deal, right? So let's say I make 4 albums on the deal. I've made 4 fire albums. Like, I'm the man. I'm the Drake of the label when he'd only had 4 albums out. You're telling me if I then look to them and say, all right, so let's renegotiate this. No, let's say I put 3 albums out and it's a 5-album deal. And I'm like, all right, I just went platinum 3 times. I will not put out more music if like we cannot renegotiate, or can we renegotiate this deal to make it an evener split? Since y'all have seen everything I've done with my creations, y'all have seen all the people I've fed.
That's the leverage.
But I'm saying it's not so much that I'm saying I'm mad about my last deal. I'm saying now that I have this leverage because I have these pieces, let's say, fuck it, let's say it was a 4-album deal, I already did the 4 albums. And I'm saying, all right, so if we're going to stay on this label shit, we're going to stay rocking, I would like for this re-up, give me a fair deal based on the value that I've already provided y'all. If they're looking at me and they're like, fuck no, we're just keeping all your shit, you're not getting your masters, and we're going to keep eating off you, I feel like it makes a lot of sense. Like, I should be saying fuck them. Like, it makes sense on their end for fucking me over on the first deal. But at the same time, as business partners, why wouldn't I say fuck them? I'm going to be saying fuck them all year long. And 20 years later, I'm going to tell niggas, don't watch the show.
Of course. I'm definitely not saying that's not wrong. But at the same time, he's not even taking into account, like, he's a fucking genius. Like, the way that's a big money move. That is a huge money move because, and it's also, he developed all this leverage where I have to give him so much props. And he talks about his greatness, but it kind of makes him, like, look a little cocky. You know? He had a lot of moments that it was just like, me. But, and I get it. That he's changing the game for upcoming people. For sure.
It's kind of like Russ. Not comparing them at all. But you know how people will call Russ arrogant? But I feel like, so they'll say, so he'll sit there and be like, I did this. I sold out this many tours. I have this many. But the thing is, so the average person hears it and they're like, it's just a rapper bragging about shit. The musician, a creator hears it. I'm hearing it like, damn, so he's saying that by doing that, like, when he's saying he sold this out and he was independent, he's trying to put you on game. Like, I did this shit. This is how this shit can go. And he's giving you the layout of what he's doing. The difference is, like, the average person is just hearing this shit like, damn, this nigga's been ranting about himself for the last 10 minutes, like, about all his accolades. But for me, I'm hearing it, like, or other artists. And that's why a lot of, like, young artists, they're fucking in love with Russ because they see that it's attainable because they're looking at every fucking step like, oh, so you're doing it that way, you're doing it all in your room, wait, you had this amount of streams, everything was in your bedroom. So it's like, I feel like it depends on the audience, but I do see what you mean because, like, a lot of this shit in the stand-up, he is talking
because he sounds really sorry,
but man,
like, that's the thing, like, and he's talking his shit and I'm happy for him for sure. I'm not taking that away from him. Like, I'm super, like, I'm excited for Dave Chappelle to make his money off of his art because that's the way it should be. But at the same time, when you talk about the deals, you don't talk about the part that you did sign that. You know, he doesn't establish that part. I don't think the accountability's there.
The whole issue is because he said, like, I was young and dumb. That's why I was young, dumb, and broke when I signed it. His issue was that when it came time for the re-sign, they were like, nah, fuck you, here's 50 mil. But
yes, definitely. I think that's really fucked up. But at the same time, it's like he's trying to make people feel sorry for him when I don't think when it comes to business like that. Do you think he's trying to
make people feel sorry for him?
Yeah, how else do you think he got people to stop watching the show?
No, I think it wasn't about feeling sorry for him. It's about just so y'all know, y'all are my fans and y'all love me and y'all support me. But these people did not do me right contractually in terms of the re-up. They didn't value my work. Don't enjoy my work knowing that you're getting them fed.
Yeah, I thought that was genius. I really loved how he did that, because that developed into him getting his stuff back, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Sometimes it just seems like, to me, it seems a little like, come on. You like, I can't explain it that well, in the sense of like, I just want to see a little bit more accountability in that sense, you know?
I feel you. It's also him aside,
because he's the GOAT. He's 100% the GOAT.
And yeah, him aside, it's hard for like some people. It's so fucked, like especially for like artists, how artists get fucked over in deals so easily, because like obviously it is very dumb to sign certain deals, but some people it's just so hard to turn down. Like if you're a kid, like you 19, you're just fired up because you have a song blowing up. Say you didn't come from no type of money. It's like these fucking,
you're Scottie Pippen.
These fucking white dudes in suits come down. They'll fly your ass out. You in a city you've never been before.
Give
they got you picked
lifestyle.
up at the airport. They're like, yeah, you'll be a star. Like, look, what if we told you we could give you 50,000 right now? 50,000, bro. Like, I'm telling everybody, this is actual money that can help. Like, if niggas are struggling to pay bills, like you're literally thinking like, all right, let me just get this lick. And like, if people are telling you, when you around people, I feel like with hella money and they talk in the right way, it is so hard for, like, I can't blame certain artists, but it is annoying as fuck when certain artists, like, let's say you sign one of those bad deals and you're a little hot, you got some buzz, but you haven't like dropped your project that did well. So it's like you're talking about leverage. Like sometimes people, this is what people want to make this Stallion shit.
I see you.
That's what her label was talking about when she was trying to switch over to rock. Their mindset was like we could have talked about renegotiating the deal had you put out your body of work. Like once you put out your body of work and it's done what it does, then you come back to the table. Hey, I think like we should renegotiate. That's like before you've actually put out the big ass moneymaker aside from the singles, like the big ass your project. This is what makes you in terms of projects are what will last and kind of show where you're at in terms of the demographic of listeners and everything. If you haven't done that and then you're already trying to negotiate, it's like you're not really having any leverage. It's more of almost looking like a temper tantrum in terms of when people are like, fuck the label, they won't clear my shit. It's like, fam, you're probably not hot. Like that might be the problem as well. It's just it's different scenarios.
It's also like Kanye West like trying to get his, well, you know when he was trying to get his masters back and everybody gave him shit for bullshit. The Big Sean incident. Like, okay, you're trying to get your masters back, but you're not doing the thing that shows you that to get your own masters back. You're not doing it for other artists.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. If we really want to, because I love Kanye. We was playing Kanye earlier, but if we want to talk about the Kanye deals, we can, because that all.
School me on that.
Okay, sure.
Well,
y'all trying
Jay-Z like sell Kanye's masters or something?
Yeah, that's what he was posting about. But you know what's
genius.
Brother,
bro. Kanye had, I think, over 4 separate times where he could have either gotten his bought it from Universal, gotten his masters back, or taking the cash, and he took the cash every time. Charlemagne talked about it 4 separate times. He's like, that's what he won't tell you. On top of that, Big Sean had it cleared. He had it mapped out. He was going to get the half. I think he's going to get half his masters back. I think he's going to get all his masters back. Kanye wouldn't clear it. That's why when Kanye said all them tweets and shit, Big Sean said, thank you, that would be so helpful. And I was already looking at that, like, if y'all's boys, you're not hitting a nigga talking about thank you, that would be very helpful with the fucking peace thing. That was him saying like, yep, I'm here, buddy. And then he started rapping about it on his album too. He had a couple shits about that.
Is that why Big Sean doesn't really rap that much anymore?
No, I think he just be dealing with shit, because every honestly, I think he just be dealing with.
He's rapping within.
But he dropped the album near the end of 2020, right? It was 2020.
Did he?
Oh yeah, it's only February. It was for sure 2020.
Was that Detroit too?
Yeah, Detroit too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he dropped recently. It's just
mind,
it just got lost in COVID.
Not quite hearing. Yeah, well, I fuck with Big Sean though, but yeah, some of them the deals is crazy. There's always a toss up, but it's.
I just want to say that I love Dave Chappelle for getting this leverage, because it just changes like the game for like upcoming like comedians, artists. It just creates an avenue to show that you could actually have leverage against these big ass corps and these fucking men in suits. You could really talk your shit to them because you've built something.
Yeah.
And you could definitely you could present your value to, and numbers don't lie.
Yeah, and leverage really is everything in deals. Okay, the last one on this then made me think of. I was trying to think of a specific one that I had heard like Russ say. He was talking about that people would think is arrogant, but is actually kind of game. He was talking about like, bro, I already had 300 songs out, independent, blah blah blah. These numbers, blah, blah. Then he's like, when I signed my deal, it was for one album. They only have rights to this album, and it's a split. I still own the masters to the album. So their label's only getting fed off this one album. And also imagine how they're gonna promote it and budget wise when they're only getting fed off this. They want to get fed, so they're gonna shoot your shit up. So him when he's saying like, they're only getting money off that. Dude, if you zoned out or you're not paying, you'd be like, what the fuck is this nigga still talking about, bro? This little dude, but
nah, recipe giving.
But then no, that's when you listening, you're like, that makes like I'm mind blowing. I'm like, damn, like he really. I see you and I'll tell you this shit. You like, god damn, like that's some real shit because you know what that means. You thinking differently, but the casual. That's why one of the reasons niggas was always like when they was talking about fuck Russ and all that. And he got the Goonies.
You was Russ gang?
No, that's why I've never. No, I just niggas saying fuck.
What's your favorite artist?
Hey, you got to study the game, man. If you honestly, if you're trying to do shit independent, like whether you like his music or not, or you like him or not, or you like just the way he comes off or not, like he do be saying shit, but he's a good one to learn about like leverage and stuff like that for.
Ayo, since we're talking about music, you see DaBaby's catching up to Drake's monthly music listeners on Spotify?
Oh,
that's
Spotify?
crazy. Yeah.
Who the fuck is listening to him?
DaBaby?
Everybody.
He's pretty popular.
That's a pop.
Drake levels though?
Oh well, if you
Drake hasn't dropped no new shit in a minute.
Huh? It don't matter.
Drake hasn't dropped like a
Isn't
new.
like Take Care still in the top 100? Like still after all these years?
Yeah, but I mean you can't really. I mean that's not even a real comparison. You got.
Well, that's the thing. It's only monthly though, so
Yeah.
you're really looking at a
That's
guy's
true.
month, and it's like DaBaby's been dropping.
Yeah.
That's true.
So it
And
makes-
what
when-
if
when-
Drake drops Certified Lover Boy and that,
Exactly.
that's going to just jump?
He's gonna have the first 10 top 100.
Exactly. When he
Everybody's
drops that
at
shit
home,
is gonna
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
That shit is gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think it's been this long since he's been dropping. Like his last album.
It's 'cause of
couple
COVID.
year. Yeah.
COVID.
yeah,
pushed
yeah. It's
everything
just
back.
like you got to know when.
I
You
talked
got
to
to know
him.
when the
I
climate's
feel like he's pushing
right.
it back so he can tour. Like the whole thing about like, oh, I injured myself, so I need to push back my album release. I'm
That's
just like,
smart.
Did he say
Fuck.
that?
He said.
Oh, didn't he tear his Achilles or something? Or
Yeah.
like capping?
And I'm just like, I don't think that will stop you from listening to the album. He probably just want them like.
Was he
to
hooping?
tour.
He was hooping?
He be standing when he record. He don't want to be having to sit down and record the
I
rest of
saw that
that shit.
thing. I was like, you just want to get that tour money. Just say that, bro.
Hey, they brought
Come on.
Wheelchair Drake back.
You want to add some Jimmy?
Yeah.
You want to add some ad libs on the last few tracks, but he got to be standing to do it and shit. I got you. I got you.
He's
Maybe you
smart,
want to
though.
shoot some
Like,
visuals.
it don't sound right when I'm sitting down. You know?
How long are you
Yeah.
out for an Achilles in basketball?
Huh?
How long are you out for an Achilles in basketball?
Damn.
Like 6 months, 6 to 9 months.
Yeah, he think he's smart. He's like, yeah, I tore my Achilles. That's like a 9-month injury in basketball.
like,
I was like,
2022.
so like, for
Yeah,
rapping,
not
that's
a
like
hooper
9
like
months
that.
out. Yeah,
And
I'm
it-
a hooper.
And it takes that long to get hooping right. Like,
Yeah,
so it
yeah.
takes you a whole season
to get
But
my
to
voice.
just get
but I
walking
can't-
right?
Yeah, I can't rap no more.
Fam,
That's
you
all it
can
takes.
walk much. Yeah, I mean, you're in your fucking rehab and
It's
shit
the
like
tour.
that.
That makes sense.
And he probably got the same type of drugs that athletes got.
Coke.
Ah.
Cocaine, nah.
Those are rapper drugs.
Yeah, Drake about to be out Percocets and shit. You should just leave that in there. Keep that on the clips or something. Drake about to be out Percocets.
Well, he do be rapping about Percocets. Or what?
Huh?
He does rap about Percocets.
Does he?
He takes a half of everything. He said, I took half a Xan, half an hour.
Yeah,
He always
like,
says,
what is
"Hey, and that was-
this?
I took a half, she took the whole
Oh yeah,
thing.
exactly.
Baby.
Yeah.
This nigga always taking
This
half of
nigga.
shit. Like,
Fuck
that'd be a
this
little
nigga.
weird. You with a female, like, nah, I'm gonna just
Well,
take
take
half.
half.
You take that whole thing.
I want to be
Like,
functional, you know.
Yeah. Hey,
I
that's
want you
smart.
fucked up.
That's smart. That's
He's like,
smart.
I'm gonna
That's
smoke
smart.
half, you smoke the whole thing.
My dumb ass
Cool.
was like, let's get high. Wake up, butt booty naked.
Well, he ain't trying to get robbed.
No chains, no wallet, no house. Just gone. I'm just gone.
I'm
I'm
fucking
just. They left
dead.
me one blanket that covered my toe.
Y'all stupid as fuck.
We're like, damn it, I took the whole thing, baby.
I'm fucking. Hey, y'all be wearing socks when y'all sleep? The toes thing reminded me.
Nah,
Nah, I can't sleep. With
Gotta
it's
have
hard.
socks out
It's
when-
hard.
All
Sometimes
right.
it depends though. Like if I'm like if I come home late and I'm hella tired, I'm going to bed with socks. I'm going to bed with clothes on. I'm going to bed
Sleeping
however.
jeans
Like,
tired,
bro,
bro?
I'm like, it's bad. I don't like it, but I'm hopping straight in the bed. But if I'm like, okay, I want to lay down, get comfortable, socks coming off.
Yeah.
All right, you smashing socks? You the type of nigga to smashing socks?
Yeah, why
But
not?
ass
think I
nigga with some
stopped.
socks on.
Why not?
No,
I mean-
fuck no. You gotta let the
I
feet
just need
breathe.
my feet out. Like I don't know.
I don't know. My feet get hot.
Your feet start sweating.
Yeah, I don't want to feel no sweaty. I just feel like they would. I wouldn't know because I don't do nothing with my socks on.
Get
Socks
some
have
better
come off.
moisture wicking
Dude,
socks.
my feet be getting hella cold super fast.
Yeah.
It's weird. And then they get cold, and then they have cold sweats. That's crazy.
Bro, if there's
You
one
want
thing
cold sweaty
they're not
feet.
gonna never not say about this pod, they'll never say that we don't provide fucking
Value.
value. That's right.
It's
Bro,
value.
the
However
value
you
is
want
off
it, it's
the
always
chain.
value.
But okay. Well, all right. So if we are going to provide value, I do have a topic that's a little more serious. You wanna read the shit off though?
What is it? All
Sorry
right,
if I
so
killed the vibe.
What is it?
It was like, yo, I don't know if you guys have
breakdown.
seen, like, a lot of people. I bet a lot of you guys have seen people posting about Asian hate crimes right now. Like, there was this one guy, I think it was in the Bay, and he was like 90 years old, and some guy just comes right behind him and just pushes him. And he might have died, but let me read it off. Hold on.
No, he might have died.
Hold up.
Well, maybe I should
Because some of them, some people have died and some people have gotten injured. And okay, so look, there's a series of violent crimes against Asians and Asian Americans has prompted activists and experts to warn the racist rhetoric about the coronavirus pandemic may be fueling a rise in hate incidents. And look, this is a thing for sure because, like, a lot of people were blaming China, and, like, you know, Donald Trump was definitely not helping it, calling it Kung Flu, or there was a lot of different types of names that they made. So there's a lot of angst against Asian Americans, which is really fucked up. I'll read some more. So police in Oakland, California announced this week that they arrested a suspect in connection with the brutal attack of a 91-year-old man in China. That was caught on camera. In less than a week, a Thai man was attacked and killed in San Francisco. A Vietnamese woman was assaulted and robbed of $1,000 in San Jose, and a Filipino man was attacked with a box cutter on the subway in New York City.
I think he's the one that died. I think he might, or one of them. I think it's the one that got stabbed on the subway past. If I read this shit right, that shit's
It's
crazy,
like,
man.
like, I don't understand people's view on, there's a disease that we got from China, so we're just gonna go start attacking Chinese Americans who are not living in China. That shit does not make any sense to me. You guys really have that much hate? That shit's wild.
Yeah, that shit is crazy, man. It's just so fucked because, like, you're hearing about it with, like, 91-year-olds. You're hearing about it with older women. You're just hearing, like, all genders, all age groups are being affected by that. It's super crazy. Someone actually did a post that kind of made me feel like we gotta talk about it. I mean, do something to try to spread awareness. It was what's his name? Apollo. Yeah. He had
Shout
a
out
really
Apollo.
Yeah, he had a real insightful post about just basically, like, saying that people need to be speaking up more about it. He was specifically speaking to Asian people, but I took it as, I mean, pretty much everyone that gives a fuck about what goes on should be caring about it, and should be speaking up a lot more about what's going on. That shit is just crazy, bro. Like, 'cause it's happening, like, all over San Francisco, fucking here, like,
New York.
There's just been hella hate. Yeah, New York, and I just seen one where someone was talking about their 93-year-old mom got this dude, and they got him on camera, just walked by and just pushed the fuck out of her. She smacked her head, like. And when you're older like that and you hit your head, like, bro, a concussion when you're that age is not the shit that we expect when we see, like, a fighter get a concussion. You think, all right, you're gonna be out for a little.
Yeah.
Now concussions, they fuck you up, bro.
And it's like, yo, so many people are in fear of just going outside now because of these, like, hate crimes. That's so fucked up. We shouldn't have to be living in fear of going out and just going to the grocery store because you might get assaulted. And it's like all over. I don't like that. That's really some fucked up shit. I think we all do need to spread more awareness about that, because that's definitely not right, and we can't stand for that.
Yeah, the world be on some fucked up shit, man. Like, that's just I really
human
feel like
nature to kill.
Yeah, literally just nothing. Like, I feel like that's all there really is to say about it, bro. Like, it's fucked up, and I feel for people. I think we gotta be like, when we're out, look out for hate crimes and shit like that, because that shit's not rocking when I'm around. Like, if I see an old lady get pushed over by a dude and he just fuck no. Like, that's some crazy shit. Like, he just got crazy morals.
Yeah, they just use this as an excuse. The whole COVID thing as an excuse to just terrorize Asian people, you know? Like,
yeah,
there's no way to, like, oh, we got this virus from China. Like, I'm mad at you about that. Like, no, you're not. You just want an excuse to terrorize these innocent people. That's the best you can come up with because you know people are going to support you for the same thing.
Yeah, that's like a different level of dumb. Like, if you really trying to attack an Asian person because you're talking about COVID, you know how stupid that is? Like, fam, like, there's a lot of things really stupid about that. Like, it would be a list of things that just don't quite make, like, fam, first of all, no, it doesn't make any sense because, like,
how does that person affect your experience with COVID? Like, they're one person not even in China. They live here with you.
Exactly.
That
they don't
exact
live
same
in
thing
China.
to do with COVID as you did. You're both in America.
That
Like-
lets you take out your frustrations.
Yeah.
Like, how selfish is that? Like, you have to, things that you cannot control, so you're going to go take it out on somebody else. I think that's just
Someone completely innocent who had nothing to do
egregious.
with it, you know? It's just...
Yeah, I didn't
That's
know
terrible.
the whole reason about it having to do with, like, the COVID stuff was real. I thought it was, like, people were trying to make a joke or something when I'd heard that part of it. I'm like, bro, like, that's for... So I'm looking for another... Like, is there another cause why shit like this is happening? Like, is there just a group of people... Or, I mean, it's fucking spread across the shit. So I was going to say, like, is there, like, a group of people that just specifically are...
like what they got a Facebook group. Like, we're like, okay, attack over here, attack over there. Like, that's just some crazy shit.
Yeah.
I think those people, it's also people that are mentally unstable themselves, or they probably just got bullied or some shit. That's like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's just crazy. Yeah, for y'all out there, bro, if y'all don't know what's... I mean, I think we pretty much covered it. Like, there's just hella hate crimes for no apparent reason going on for Asian people. And they're saying, like, it's all Asian races. When I say Asian, I'm not speaking, like, specifically on... I'm bad with geography, but all Asian races. If you don't know, look up where Asia is. It's happening to a lot of different... Look up the fucking continent, because there's East Asian countries. There's different-
Pacific Islanders, all of them.
There's
I've never
good-
heard about Asia, but look it up. It's really big.
Yeah.
Well, like, Bengalis are Asian.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what you Asian, see?
Yeah.
But yeah, so if y'all don't know about it, I feel like we kind of covered it, but I would say, like, try to learn about what's going on, try to see what to do to try to help. I know there's funds for people who have been injured and stuff like that, who literally can't afford to get back right. So yeah, shit, do what you can, try to spread awareness, and man, if you see someone like bullying someone like that, like, it's really just like, this crazy, like, just come over, because some of them just got thrown down, some of them just got smacked, some of them got beat up really badly. Like, I feel like it says something about you if you don't step in and say something or do something. Like,
Be a good citizen, you know?
Yeah, that's just crazy. I mean, imagine it's like your grandma, it happens to your grandma, and you know, like, a nigga was just sitting there and didn't do shit about it. He over there, like, fam, what the fuck are you doing?
It and not doing shit. I hate when people
Oh
do
my
it.
god.
Yeah. Is there ever a time where it's acceptable to record and not do shit?
Well,
No.
with police.
If it's police,
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
trying
with
to-
police
I'm not
easily.
trying to-
But yeah, it's just be courageous, honestly, because, like, I think as humans we have the tendency of just, like, turning the shoulder
So-
because it has nothing to do with me. But if there's injustice, and I know injustice can be perceptually different from viewer to viewer, but I think as human beings we could just feel it in us. Like, if somebody's getting pushed down for just walking, like, what the hell? That doesn't seem wrong to you?
Yeah. So, all right. So I asked the question, do you guys think it's ever okay to not record? And y'all said with the police. This might be like an out, or not an out, but it just might be a conversation people have already had before and whatnot. But I remember with the George Floyd stuff, a lot of people were saying, like, stop recording and go help the guy. Like, what are you doing? Go do that. What would y'all say to that kind of mentality or that kind of outlook on things? Like, why are you seeing something happen to someone and not doing something you recording? What would you say to those people? I'm not saying I agree with that. I'm literally just I just want to see what y'all say.
I mean, to me, you were seeing what's happening to, in this instance, George Floyd for doing, like, nothing. Now imagine what's going to happen to me if I attack a couple police officers. Like, it's just going to put all of us at danger. The best thing I can do for that person at this point is just to document completely everything that's happening.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, at that place, the cop has all the power. But if I can show the world what he's doing, at least I have a chance of bringing the justice.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like in hindsight, the people that were present are now knowing what the end result was, is like, yeah, I wish I had done something different or tried to, like, hey, like, get up. Like, no one's saying run up and fire on a cop. I feel like a lot of people, it's easier to look at something in retrospect or in hindsight and say, oh, y'all should have done this. But I also feel like in that situation, I think that's what we're kind of not programmed to do, but that's what you do when you feel like you're trying to help someone. You see someone getting mishandled by the cops, you recording this shit, but you're not thinking you're about to watch a man
Get murked.
pass.
No, I think that's such a different scenario though. Like, It sounds. I don't know. I really feel that in that situation, and I'm not in that situation. Haven't been in that situation. I most likely won't be in that situation. But if
you never know what you're gonna see.
But
you
I'm
really
saying
don't
most
know.
likely. I'm saying chances playing the numbers game. But like, if I'm looking at the guy, what's his name, Darren? I don't remember.
Derek Chauvin.
I don't remember his fucking name. Anyway, that guy. If I'm looking at him and I see he's on somebody else's neck, like I'm just looking at him like he's not like an LA cop. You know, maybe an LA cop. I'm looking at him like maybe I'll just record it. Like them, they might kill your ass for real. Mm-hmm. But like he looked like a rent-a-cop, and the other dude watching looked like a rent-a-cop too. And he's literally telling you like I cannot breathe, and I'm looking at you just sitting here. Looking at like I'm gonna run over there and push you off this man. Like that was such a different scenario to where it's like, hey, don't do that. Hey, like, come on, are you serious? If you really gave a fuck about this dude and you watching this dude die, like, you wouldn't run into your mind like, oh, this dude might die. Like I'm watching him with a knee on this man's neck. Like this nigga's not that strong. They didn't have guns. Fuck what you talking about? Like,
the cops had guns.
Did they?
Yeah, definitely.
They
definitely had guns.
All right, well, fuck it then. I don't give a fuck. Get him off of him. Like I couldn't watch it. Like just standing there for how long? What was it?
After a certain
8
point,
minutes,
Dude, it's like
There's a reason for that. But anyway, I'll leave that alone.
if anything, fucking provoke the cop that's on his neck to come after you.
Yeah,
because
or
like
something.
at least get him off of his fucking neck. But like that's easier said than done because there's a lot of fear into like, what if they shoot your ass? Like what if they do?
It's also hindsight because like shit happens so fast. It's different because our whole mindset is based around this situation. So we're specifically, all right, this situation is what's happening. But for a lot of them people, like I'm just on my way to work. What the fuck? I see a group of cops wrestling, nigga. Like I hear yelling. I hear like the cops are surrounding. They're holding him down. He's like yelling different stuff. I'm recording, but I don't know what's going on. I'm on my way to the fucking, like I'm late for work. I'm just saying like people, sometimes when you're thrusted into a scenario that you're not prepared for, it's just so easy to look back and that's why it's like in theory, like yes, I would definitely want to say like I'm gonna come over there, I'm gonna do something, I'll do anything to not let someone get killed right in front of me. That's crazy. But at the same time, it's hard for me to be like super hard on those people because I don't know know who the people was that was recording. But they thought they were helping, and at the same time, if they hadn't recorded, then you know how the world is. They had to see it firsthand for them to start noticing, like, yeah, there might be something wrong going on. That's what it took the world to see. It didn't take us to see that.
Yeah.
It took the world. So a lot of people did not give a fuck about what was going on. They didn't know what Kaepernick was talking about. They didn't know. They was all acting like they had never heard of none of this shit happening. They couldn't pull up, like, one fucking report to figure out some statistics. But regardless, it's like that's what it took of people seeing that. And I don't mean to say that's what it took, but in terms of their own
on a world, it brought it to a world scale. It definitely brought it to a world
scale. Do you
scale.
think that would have happened if we weren't in the pandemic? Do you think that the amount of light, since everybody was just sitting at home, and we were all watching,
definitely helped. It definitely helped in terms of everyone is at a home at a standstill, and everyone is glued to their phones as it is. And everyone has one thing that everyone can focus on at once and be infuriated by and try to spark up change. So I think had it not happened during the pandemic, I think it would have, because we've seen a lot of shit on camera. Like we've seen a lot of fucked up stuff, and the world didn't react like that because
the world is moving.
And I feel like the world is also, everyone is more connected now in terms of like the way social media works. Like my mom is telling me about the same shit. Like obviously the like hip hop stuff, no, not everyone's getting it, but a lot of stuff goes mainstream that people hear about. I feel like our world, we hear about the same things going on. Like I've seen grown people posting about the same things, that even when it comes to like social issues and things like that going on, or in politics, everyone knew the gist of what's going on with that, because a lot of us are dealing, I feel like, with so many similar things. Like everyone's at the crib, everyone's dealing with just different shit, everyone's having to adjust to living. So I do feel like everyone's a little more connected and a little more, I don't know if on the same page, but the attention is on, there's massive things that gather attention, and it's like everyone's intent on those things.
Yeah, man.
Fucking run-on sentence, right?
Yeah, it's okay. You came back. You brought it back. You came full circle.
Oh God, I tried to go ISO, started losing the ball a little bit, lost it, then got it back, shot it again, hit the three, fuck it,
bounced off the top of the.
And then Chris Bosh got the rebound and gave it to Ray.
Yeah, man. So all right. So where are we gonna? What should we jump on? Oh, you want to talk about your little OnlyFans shit? I feel like that's a perfect segue onto the OnlyFans now. You were telling me something about the fucking OnlyFans girls.
Yo, OnlyFans. Okay. Yo,
you
recently,
the type to go broke off of paying for OnlyFans?
Nah. Okay, so look, I've never paid for OnlyFans in my life.
Call this
You got
bank
that
account.
down.
I wouldn't even click on the links for a very long time because I already knew what it was. Like, okay, I'm gonna pay you for some fucking nudes. You really think I'm gonna do that? There's Pornhub. There's like all these different versions of getting fucking nudes. There's video. There's all these other things. But recently, I started clicking to see how much you're charging to sell that pussy, and I'm like, okay, let me see. And then I think on Valentine's Day. No, I was just curious. So I check it out, and then I see on Valentine's Day some girl. She was like an older woman. She posted. She's like, "Yeah, I got an OnlyFans sale." I'm like, you know, a bitch is struggling when she's put in sale on her fucking nudes, and then when you click on it, the sale was for free. You kidding me? You know shit ain't going right. You know nobody buying your nudes.
Well, hey, how was it?
I did not see it. I did. Why would I even click?
You said,
Think
hey,
about
you
it. She
specifically
didn't even
said-
have a price on it.
He specifically said, "I've never spent on OnlyFans before." Then proceeds to tell us
I left myself there.
You found a free one. I just figured, shit.
But nah,
It's
I
gotta be
definitely
tough.
did not click on
If
it.
you hate women, just say that. Like,
No comment.
Stand for women. But yeah, fucking.
I need a woman's
OnlyFans
perspective.
Free OnlyFans is kind of funny as fuck.
Don't they have free OnlyFans? I thought it's called Reddit.
No, let me put y'all on game. Let me
That's
put y'all
a
on
leak.
game. Let me put y'all on game.
Mm.
I have a lot of friends in the OnlyFans business.
Oh.
They're all male.
Yeah.
No.
So basically, here's what it is. They make most of their money off tips.
I thought it was tits.
The subscription. Call it a joke. The subscription fee gets you in, but then they get tipped all the time. So it kind of like how a server gets tipped more than like their actual like wage.
Uh-huh.
So like they send like personal videos and stuff, personal pictures, or even chat in exchange for money. So if they get like it's like a free Netflix subscription. You just test out the waters, like, wow, this is pretty great.
Like a week trial.
Yeah, oh, this is pretty great. Then boom's cut off. I'm willing to pay for this. So that's
Oh,
what
it's like a little
basically the game is.
sampler, little
Yep,
sampler pack.
yep.
Hey, they getting good with marketing, yo.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
So
They
you
ain't
let your
getting me.
girl
They're
do-
real businesswomen out here, bro. Like they're not playing around. Like this is like they're like moguls now, bro. OnlyFans moguls.
There are some fucking moguls out there. Now, you know they fucked it up on IG for OnlyFans people. Like, what is it that they fucked up? Like, you can't post the link to your OnlyFans anymore.
Really?
Like, you can't do it in the swipers anymore.
Huh.
Because, like, they know, like, girls are basically... Oh, because think about it. If your Instagram, like, they fucked it up for a lot of OnlyFans. Because you can't... Yeah, that's what it is. You can't do the swipe up anymore for OnlyFans because their mindset was basically, like... No, what? Yeah, that's what... Because, basically, you think about it. You're on their platform soliciting to get paid off of another platform.
Yeah.
True.
So you're getting all the people from Instagram to go to OnlyFans to watch you, but like we're like if I'm Instagram, we're your only platform for advertisement, and we're not getting no bread, and you getting millions. You know how business works. They're not fucking with that. They're not gonna help you promote that shit.
Yeah.
But so what's up? You let your girl do OnlyFans? I think you were saying that, right?
Hmm?
You said some shit about I let my girl do OnlyFans if
Oh, yeah,
it was
she gotta
like the
take care
right
of me,
price
though.
and shit. And
She gotta take care of me. I gotta be spoiled.
Are you the cameraman?
No, nah. I respect myself too much
what?
to do that.
Fine. Would you act in it then?
What?
Would you
How
act?
would you get paid?
I'll make videos with her, yeah, but like definitely she's not making content with other men. Like that's not happening. You know, fuck that.
That's pretty selfish of you.
Yeah, I'll be that. It's all good.
Well.
How would
Wait,
you
she
get
ca-
paid?
oh, okay, I
if
got
you ain't putting in any work, why would you get paid?
You gotta take care of him.
I hold her down, bro.
So you cheated on her.
No.
It seems like you gonna cheat on her.
No, I'm saying like I held it down, like I supported her when she was getting it out the mud, and like I was there since day one. I feel like I should get some of the bread too,
Yeah.
Okay,
fair.
what amount would she have to be making for it to be acceptable for you? Because what if she's not making shit, but it's like 5 niggas just watching this shit?
Oh no, she gotta stop.
Okay, so how much?
She got like 3 weeks to get a significant following. Where it's done.
Support her dreams, man.
So what is like a good amount of like what range is it gonna take for you to be like, all right, we could do this thing? She gotta be. Is it a monetary type of range, or is it like a following type of range?
Monetary type of range.
All right, so how much you gotta be bringing in a month? $3K a month?
That's weak.
Nah, that's not.
That's weak.
I'm just trying to see how low it.
Nah,
Okay,
it gotta be.
5K a month.
Well, the correct answer is whatever she wants because she is an independent woman and I can't tell her what to do.
That's for the
Whatever
PC
that-
police.
But if we want to play this game, I guess she would have to make at least 6 figures for me to consider it.
Yeah.
Which is very possible. I know
But
a
I
lot
don't
of
think
women
so.
who-
I still wouldn't. Unless, like, if I chose to date a girl who already had an OnlyFans, totally understandable. But if I'm dating somebody and they're like, hey, yo, I'm going to make an OnlyFans, cool, you're single. You know, I don't know if I would do that, personally. If you made a Patreon, all right.
So what would your
Wait,
reaction
what's the
be?
difference between OnlyFans and Patreon?
Patreon is not everybody selling their pussy.
Yeah,
Oh,
so,
so what if she was selling her pussy on Patreon? Would that make a difference? Or
Yeah.
she's not an OnlyFans girl. She's a Patreon girl. That's
Like, is it better or something?
tell your mom
Maybe.
that.
Hey, you know, I might like it. I
all I
might
know
like
is
it.
that these OnlyFans women be making so much money, bro, and I can't even hate at this point.
All right, so then Tori, I'm gonna ask you since I had you back. So what would your reaction be if your girl was like, low key, like, I've been working this job. This job got me doing some crazy shit. Like, it's bullshit. I'm spending 40 hours. So I don't like this shit. They don't compensate me. And you're like, and she's like, hey, but if I just like get on cam, fool around a little bit,
Right.
OnlyFans, only the
Right.
subscription pay. What's your reaction? You fucking with it?
No.
So you're just not supportive of your queen?
Nah,
at
that's
all.
not my queen.
Fucked up, King.
I made a terrible mistake.
Hey, if you hate women, just say
Just
that.
say it.
No,
Just say
that's
that.
not. That's
Of
not
course,
hating
man.
women. That's
Having
having
respect.
standards. Like, at least for me, like, I have a certain standard for myself, and I wouldn't want somebody that I'm spending time with and would consider a partner of mine, or maybe not even a partner, but just, I don't hate women. It sounds so misogynistic, but like, you know, if that's somebody who's with me. But I mean, a woman should, I just be there to support you, but I don't help you out and you support her. Like, I don't know how shit.
I don't
Yeah,
think
it's just
I'm
your
there
preference,
to
bro.
support. Like, I don't think me personally right now in my life. I don't think I'm there to like. I don't think I'm that secure. You know, I think that could come from insecurity. But actually, hell no. Fuck no. That's not insecurity. I think that's mainly based off of
Yo,
like.
you the type of nigga you gonna be telling your OnlyFans girl like, look, it's me. I just gotta get over my insecurities. I can't be tripping every
Yo,
day.
they're changing us. They changing us.
Hold up, that might mean that one I have to add to the bag. You know, that's actually a pretty good
You got.
explanation.
I gotta get over my insecurities. I gotta deal with
it's
this.
about the place I'm at in life. Like, what do I look like having? At least for me personally, like how I'm saying, like my life, where my journey, where I'm at. I mean, of course, who knows? You
All
might
about you, isn't
might
it?
meet a sweet lady, but like, I'm not in any position right now to have anybody next to me looking at me like, all right, what are we doing today? Like, I'm like, nigga, I'm making money on, or I'm building a business, or like I'm doing this, like where I'm at, like I need my head in the right place to where a woman will be more of a distraction than a help. Like,
I'm gonna rephrase it then.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all got a great thing going. Y'all are like inseparable. Y'all are just fantastic together, right? Then all of a sudden, she like, nah, I got dinner. You like, but you got it like last time. You want to get, okay, fuck, I got dinner. Do it again. Boom, I got dinner. Next thing you know, she gets you a nice little watch. Ooh, she got you an Apple Watch. You like,
she got like a sugar daddy.
how the fuck do you keep giving me like, she's like, all right, I'm going to tell you. I didn't want to tell you, but like, I know we were like, I was down before or whatever, but now I'm pretty up because I started OnlyFans a month ago and I'm bringing in $10,000 a month.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, that means that you said 6 figures, right?
What is
So
she
now-
selling? Is she just selling feet pics or is titties
that
ass
depends.
getting fucked?
Hey, so
Is she
then
naked? Is she taking? Sorry, kids might be watching.
I assume she's not taking dick and then telling you
Alright.
about it. That's probably, I can interpret or I can anticipate that reaction. But so she's like,
Is her
"Look,
face in it?
all I've been doing," she said, "I haven't shown my prize. I don't know what the fuck to call it.
My flower. My flower.
Sounds fucking
So is
weird.
she
prize.
like dancing naked or something? Or is
She like dancing half
bikini
naked.
pics?
She covering her shit, but yeah, she doing a lot though.
That's fine. Honestly, man.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, no, that's not any, like, okay, when I get into that mode, or like now I'm learning myself, like if I'm with you every day, at least where I'm at now, that means that I would care about you to some extent, and if that's the case, then I don't want you doing, like, I wouldn't want you doing that. Like,
I'm cheating on her, man.
Wait,
I'm
hold on,
cheating
hold
on
on,
her.
hold
No,
on.
I'm about to get this nigga real quick.
get
So
this
you
selfish
said
ass.
that.
All right, go.
You
Go.
said that
All right,
if
let's
you
go.
cared about her, you wouldn't want her doing that. Are you saying something wrong with having an OnlyFans? Is that what you
Why
insinuating?
do you hate
Well,
women?
here's the thing. If I look to marry this woman one day, I don't want to know in the back of my head that a bunch of other niggas have beat dick to her. Like,
What's wrong with that?
that, what you mean?
That's
What is
your-
wrong?
that's
with
your
that?
What's
queen.
wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
That's not my wife. That's what's wrong with that.
So are you saying
Bro, but that just means
when
your
a
queen
woman
is beautiful.
No.
Yo, you're gonna raise kids. and your kids can see your OnlyFans.
They're gonna subscribe to the OnFans?
Possibly.
I'm not giving them the money. And why would you subscribe to your mom?
Okay, your kids' friends can subscribe.
Your
kids' friends can subscribe to your mom's OnlyFans.
Would you marry a porn
Let's
star?
hear. Let's hear.
No,
Would you marry a
hold
porn
on.
star?
I asked the questions here.
All right, would you marry a porn star?
So you're saying
no, okay, you would. So OnlyFans is a
I'm
personal
asking
porn star. Okay, go ahead.
It's not about me right now.
All right, go ahead.
Answer your question.
All right.
Yeah, let the non-selfish people in the room talk. Damn. my bad, bro.
Alright. So you said that.
What did I say?
I forgot now. So
All
you
right.
fucked me up.
All right.
Because you won't marry a porn star.
No, you said that you wouldn't marry a woman with like that line of work. That's what you're saying, right?
Correct.
Because
Why?
yourself. You said
because-
you're selfish. And
So do you think that a woman who does things like that, sex work, devalues herself? Is that what you're trying to say?
To the world, like to okay, to me it doesn't. Like, look, my opinion doesn't really matter on the situation, right? Does it devalue her? In my eyes, I'm not. For a candidate for marriage, yes, that devalues you. Does that devalue you as a person? No.
Isn't that misogynistic?
No, it's
No.
not misogynistic.
Why not?
Because we are both making a decision to say, okay, I'm with you, you are with me. If you agree to the marriage thing or the cohabitation, like we're both living together, like. But other than that,
what
like,
if she said, "Oh, I don't want to be with a podcaster. I don't want you just over there, slanging those words around and shit."
That's totally fine.
okay,
Don't
she's
be with
a
the
dumb,
podcast.
like she's dumb as shit. Like at that point, I cannot.
Whoa. So you're saying sex
There he
workers
goes.
are dumb as shit? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I'm not saying. That's
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm saying if
Yeah, we might
her
get canceled,
reasoning-
bro.
Yo, this feels like the Breakfast Club or something. Who are y'all, Charlamagne?
I'm just saying, like, if her reason, like, I don't like you because you're a podcaster, like, I'm gonna open up with like the first 3 conversations, or not 3 conversations, but like at some point, I'm gonna tell you, oh yeah, I'm shooting a podcast, and she's like, oh, I don't like you because you podcast. Okay, what do you want me to do?
I feel like I know what I'd do if my girl didn't want me to be podcasting anymore.
Start OnlyFans.
No, I just canceled the pod.
Yeah, that's what you should
So
do.
I just text y'all, be like, "Sorry,
A
fellas."
real man.
She would really respect you if you did that.
I'd say sorry.
Damn, you really love your girl.
That is what she exactly. I'd be like, "Yeah, man."
That would just turn her on.
You the certified lover boy.
Yeah, you gotta respect your queen, man. So
Yeah.
I'd get off the pod. I'd be like, "But one of us needs to make money, so you need to get on the OnlyFans."
Oh yeah, it all connects. It all makes sense.
It's called being a team, and it's called being non-misogynistic, my friend.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just saying, when you play chess, the queen might be the strongest piece in the game.
Talk to him.
But
But
What do you mean by butt?
you can't win without the fucking king.
You can't
can
win
still win
without
it.
the
You can win while sacrificing the queen. Immortal queen sacrifice.
Yes, sir.
So basically,
Bobby Fischer.
Yeah.
to
Y'all don't
summarize
even
this
know
whole
what-
situation, in Tori's eyes,
Tori's eyes.
a woman who does sex work is not worthy of being by his side, as she has devalued herself.
in
Anyway, so
for
moving
that
on.
role.
What?
For that role as my personal partner, did she devalue herself as a person? No. Go ahead, live your life. I don't judge you. Cool. Go ahead, have sex and do it, all that shit. But when it comes to, all right, like you're gonna have my kid or I'm gonna build something with you, no, I don't take you seriously.
I feel like that's just very patriarchal, you know?
No, it's not.
Yo, I feel
That's
like we just breezed over Sakib's take.
What?
That was the fucking take about the king and the queen.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
good.
okay,
Good.
this nigga
Breathe
got
over.
it. Yo,
Breathe
No,
over.
as
Breathe
soon as you
over.
said that, I'm like, yeah, Sakib don't want a woman to watch the pod. I got you. I feel
No,
you.
yeah,
Nah,
but
that's-
look, yeah, so if you want to
Someone
get more
has to say
misogynistic,
something.
all right, you want to get more misogynistic? The queen, that crazy bitch.
Oh, damn.
And if you made it this far, y'all some true fans, yo.
We're gonna
Hey,
talk
shout out-
sports next.
Shout out. All right. You want to go massaging? No, I'm playing. But not for real. The queen can hop around. She's all chaotic. She can go from diagonal up, down. She's any way she wants to go. I'm over here. I'm over there. The king stays solid. One move at a time. One move at a time. Calculated. You know what I'm saying?
And you got to protect the king.
You gotta protect the king. You can do whatever the fuck with your queen. Your queen can be all the way on the other side of the board, having a great time. But if somebody got a knight and a rook and they checkmate your king, you fucking lose. You lose the game based on the king, not the queen, even though she is the strongest piece in the game.
In the game.
In the game.
It's like my favorite podcast topic.
That's deep. Great talk.
In the game.
Let's start asking them some questions.
Just want to take a moment, just tell everyone, we love women in this pod.
I don't know if Tori
we love
and
women.
Zakib does,
we're just podding it up. We just podding, man.
Look at you apologizing.
It's just content. It's just content. We just making shit up.
Travis would let his girl have OnlyFans.
It's only episode 5.
Because he respects.
I was serious. You gotta support your queen. If you guys
No, you would laugh, bro. You would
not
laugh. Bro, you
serious.
would laugh at her dead in her face. At first, you would laugh.
You
at her
try
dead
to keep a straight
bro.
face.
And then after a while, then you would probably get mad.
Here's the thing that you don't get. I'm a creator. So if we're gonna be creating content, we got the lenses, we got the lights, we got the my queen.
She doesn't
how can
want
I
you.
assist you? Huh?
She doesn't want you. You're not the guy.
You don't know that.
No, you're not the guy.
You don't know.
No, I'm just saying, like, she wants to start it, but it can't be with you or it's solo.
Oh,
Then she's doing solo then, obviously.
yeah, that's the thing. Like, we're a team, so you feel me? Like,
So
I'm
you're
your
good with
partner.
solo.
Her face is in it.
Well, yeah,
Okay,
I'll be
okay.
the one filming it. I'll make sure it's a good shot. It's the lighting
Yeah,
straight,
get the right angles,
solid.
the right side of her face,
Yeah,
it's
what
a
do
And
bit-
you're fine with that.
Huh?
You're fine with that.
Yeah, 'cause he's not misogynistic.
You're fine with that.
He's not
Hey,
misogynistic.
on the sports, on the sports.
On the sport.
Y'all want to talk some sports in this bitch? All right, I got some shit for y'all. I'm about to go in depth this time. I have a question for y'all. We talked about it a little bit earlier, but I want to talk to y'all about it. Do y'all think James Harden is a beloved player in terms of, like, some players are just universally loved, like, always you just root for him, even, like, not even just stars. Steph's loved, Braun is loved by people, also hated on a lot, but just very loved by the NBA. Even like Jason Tatum, he's just a guy you root for. Like, certain guys you just root for, like, people like them. Jaylen Brown, people just respect that. Donovan Mitchell, you root for him. Westbrook. I feel like James has never gotten that type of love. Like, even when he was with Houston, like, when he's breaking records, I feel like I just never root for James for some reason. Like, in his history, like, now I'm fucking with him. Like, and I'm here to say the opposite. Like, I think he don't get enough love, but yeah, I feel like he's just someone. He's always, like, I was telling my dad about it. He's like, yeah, for some reason he just always seems like the enemy. Like, when he's playing someone, I'm usually rooting for the other team. The only time I rooted for him was when he had CP with him. But aside from that, like, I'm hardly ever rooting for the dude. I don't know. I think it might be his demeanor. Like, some guys, you could kind of feel them. Like, you see how they are. You see their emotions, or, like, how you kind of get a feel for their personality. I feel like I've never really been able to get a feel for his personality. Sometimes he just looks like hella just half there, and not that he's not balling, but his expression doesn't, like, you don't really know what he's thinking. You can't tell what his demeanor really is. Then sometimes you see him getting mad. Sometimes you see him having no reaction when someone says something. Like, so it's kind of, I don't know. Maybe he's someone that people aren't as endeared to as other superstars for, like, multitude of maybe those reasons. But he's also gets a lot of hate too. What do y'all think? Y'all feel like he gets love?
Hold on 1 second. My chair broke.
Get the fuck. That's funny as fuck that he just came on like that. All right. Back from the delay. That was funny as fuck how you came in, and I'm for
difficulties.
sure keeping that, by the way. I'm gonna keep that and cut to this shit. But what do you think about James, man, and the love he gets from the NBA world?
I feel like James Harden.
Oh, stop. Fuck out of here.
Oh,
with that.
God.
He doesn't get the love he deserves because of his style of play. He used, like, the whole analytics ball with the whole, like, get free throws, shoot a bunch of threes, do layups, like, never do the
Yeah,
mid-range
he would
game.
get hella foul calls. And
Yeah,
shit.
and he was the first one to really ref bait like that, like, as part of his game. And, like, it was so unappealing to fans. I know it was frustrating to watch your team just get all these fouls off nothing. And the fact that, like, he was breaking all these records and
doing it in a way that people didn't like seeing.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, I
People
feel
didn't
that.
fuck with the game. Like, his play style, they didn't like it. It's like, and then since he didn't, like, win a championship, they felt validated to not liking his game.
Yeah, and that's what I love about sports, though, is, like, you can hate on someone or have whatever opinion, because we know he's had hella chokes. He's had some chokes that niggas have never seen before. Like, the Spurs choke was the craziest choke when there was up 3-1. I want to say, am I tripping? Was it
I don't think
3-1?
they're up 3-1, but, like,
Oh no,
I
I'm thinking of the
Kawhi-
Clippers. I'm thinking of the Clippers. Sorry,
I know Kawhi got hurt, and, like,
Kawhi was hurt, and this nigga was throwing balls straight out of bounds, wide open three, pump fake throwing. I literally think it was the Kardashian curse. Like, something had to have happened to that nigga before them games. But I like basketball. You can always rewrite what's being said and, like, what we see as the truth. And, bro, what he's doing with the Nets is, like, it's crazy. The Nets, or he is so amazing right now that, like, we're all talking about, yeah, he's taking the back seat on the offense. Like, he's facilitating. Bro, this dude's getting triple doubles and still averaging 25 points a night. Like, that's him taking a back seat. Yeah, I'll just get a cool little 20. I won't get my 40 piece tonight. No 45, no 50 tonight, no records broken. I'll just get you double-digit assists and 25 points. And that's me on an efficient night. And everyone was saying he couldn't be efficient. And then they had the night now where it was just him, no KD, no Kyrie. And he put that team on his back. Like, he hit clutch shots. He carried them.
Just to talk about how great James Harden is as a basketball player. He's been top 2 in MVP finishes like the last 5 years. He's been playing at an elite level consistently for a long time. He has led the league in scoring the last 3 years. When this year, he is on pace to lead the leagues in assists for the second time in his career. And he also led the league in steals last year. Like, this is a player who's able to produce numbers at a high rate that's hardly ever been seen in a game of basketball. Yeah. And Charles Barkley was actually talking about how he was the best one-on-one player he's ever seen. Like, even better than Kobe and Michael Jordan. And that's not even including his passing ability. Like, he's a great and talented player. And, like, he sure has his problems and stuff, but we should not be taking his ability for granted.
Yeah, bro. Like, his ability to pass, like, what he's shown is, that's pretty amazing. You could join that team, and basically y'all and Kyrie are on this. We should talk we'll talk some Nets as well, but, like, just joining that team and deciding, like, all right, so I'm going to be the one facilitating. I'm going to get everyone going. But, like, most people, when they talk about that, it means they probably drop to, like, an 18, 19-point a game score type shit. Like, we're looking at them as, like, yeah, he's not as great. Like, offensively, he doesn't do as much. But, bro, he's getting 25. He'll get 30 a night. He'll get 33, all with double-digit assists. And you can see he's looking to get everyone going, looking to run the offense. So, he's completely dialed it back on offense, but his version of dialing it back is, I'll just get a smooth 2-5. Like, come on now, bro. That is really something, man. That's a talented squad. Do y'all put them above? Let's talk Nets a little. Do y'all put them above y'all put them above the KD Warriors?
Absolutely no. That team is fucking versatile.
The KD Warriors
Klay Thompson
is the best basketball team I ever seen.
Okay, now if it was a 3-on-3 game, who you taking?
With KD on both teams?
Yeah.
KD. Okay, so who would be the?
Three on three,
it would be Steph and Klay.
I'll take the Nets.
Yeah.
Exactly. I feel the same way. If you're going just off, because the three of them are all bucket getters.
Yeah.
But I do agree with y'all, because I feel like the Warriors were so amazing because, like, they were perfect together. Like, y'all know what the fuck.
And Klay also plays off the ball a lot, so it's like there's a lot of picks being said, and he's just a fucking slasher.
You have a dude that
honestly, all three of them great off ball players.
Exactly. Yeah. They can all run off ball. They can all catch and shoot. They can all go get a bucket. We talk about Klay don't create for himself, but bro, that nigga had 37 off. I know barely any dribbles, but it's like, dog, there was no stopping him. Like, even in that OKC game, bro, I was watching back them clips. Bro, he had one play literally by the logo, turned this way, shot it in motion like that. Like, he was holding that bitch down at his right side. Bro, that is an unstoppable scoring machine, and you off the ball, you running off screens, plus Steph running. Yeah, they really were like a perfect match. I was hoping when y'all would say
defense
next.
too, it's a better defensive trio as well.
Way better.
With Klay Thompson, really underrated defender. Always guards the best team's perimeter player. And then
they had Iguodala on that team too.
They were Iguodala on the team. Who else did have on the team? Sean Livingston.
When we didn't even talk about Draymond.
Draymond Green.
And in that system on that team, he was hooping.
Like, when KD joined the Warriors, nobody in their right mind said, I don't think it's gonna work. Yeah. Like, we knew, like, oh, they're gonna fucking win. Like, we knew that shit instantly. Like, they were just a perfect fit with elite talent. And honestly, no weaknesses besides size. And the Nets don't have any size, so how would they exploit that?
And they were still a top 3 defense over with the Warriors. The Nets, there's hella narratives around them. It's crazy. Like, it really is true how the media, in my opinion, like, does blow up certain narratives. And it really does. I mean, we saw what it did to the Warriors and KD near the end of his time there. Like, that whole thing of it's them plus KD, like, that alienation and, he's going to leave. He's talked about, like, it was really, like, the media, that shit trickled down and you could just tell it was affecting him. But, like, everything that, like, you heard about Kyrie telling him, like, look, you're the point guard, I'm the shooting guard, right? Which, to me, when I'm hearing that he told him that, he's saying it, like, telling y'all, like, this is why we're getting shit figured out. Like, we have our defined rules. And so I'm like, bro, that is perfect. Like, for that to be the balance, because James has showed he can facilitate, take less shots, and still give you 30. Kyrie wants to cook these niggas, and he basically said in the first few games, you saw right out the bat, okay, this nigga's not taking a back seat. Like, he's dropping 42 and he's shooting everything. He's shooting at a high percentage, but no, he's going kill mode and he's taking shots in crunch time. You're thinking, how is James gonna react? They're literally on the same page. James is cool. I am the point guard, but I'm also gonna get my buckets. You're the shooting guard. Meanwhile, I go on you watching the analyst, the niggas is like, is James the better point guard than Kyrie? Yeah, James is the better point guard. Kyrie doesn't want to pass it. Is Kyrie being honest about this? Is he just saying? It's like, bro, like, did y'all hear what he said? Like, how do y'all spin that? It's like if I'm like, yeah, we decided like Tori was gonna handle the theories for the pod, and then niggas is like, so Travis has shit theories or what? Like, who got better theories, Tori or Travis? Like, why is that the discussion now? Like, bro, sometimes they just overanalyze things and they just add too many different fucking angles. Like, fam, just listen to what he said, nigga. Like, that's good. Divine
it
rules.
just sells the views, man.
You can't just say, yeah, I agree. Like imagine if Stephen A.
But you could say exactly what I said. He's saying but people, because they sensationalize it, so it's always like a personal attack. Like, so you can't just say one person is good without saying he's better than him, or he's good without saying he's not as good. Like, they have to.
Controversy like garners interest,
and that's entertainment. And my only point is that
that's the world now.
I feel like we disagree. Then that's what the media does. I get that you're saying like it's a job and they have to. Yeah. But as someone watching, it's just right. Like you see how they can affect a team's chemistry just off the shit that they put out, the speculation. Because like if the four of us is on a team and we feel like we have our roles, and now niggas after the game is Trav was playing way better than Sakib. Now Sakib is feeling like he was playing way better than me. Like I shot more efficiently. I mean, let's say I took hella shots, but y'all was feeling it. We were working, but then after the game, they're like, "Yeah, Travis was dominant out there. Sakib looked like half of himself." You like, nigga, I was giving this nigga the ball anyways. I was letting him do his thing. Like and all this shit is going through your head, and like just so much shit clouds a team's ability. I feel like the best teams, like Braun, is real good about that. He don't let no outside noise, except for he starts a lot of outside noise, but. As far as the team, he seems to not let shit like that get out in terms of chemistry wise and stuff like that. I mean, the Kyrie shit happened, but I don't think that was Braun's doing.
Oh, you guys seen the Draymond Green? How he talks about the double standards?
Yeah, for players in
Yeah, that was so Draymond Green was talking about how teams can fuck up, or like they can say that they can trade off players. But when a player says, "Oh, I want to trade," they'll get fined. And there's no accountability for the teams when they fuck up, as opposed to when players, they just get all the heat. Everybody's looking at the players as the bad guy, as if like they can't express their emotions on like live. When teams can just be like, "Oh, okay, you got traded." While you were sitting on the bench of that same team.
I think a lot of people also talk about, like, he was talking about that the narrative that that teams will put out. Basically, like, it's one thing, like, if they trade you, it's to better the team. If you want to leave, now you're selfish. You're portrayed a certain way. He didn't want to be here. He was causing locker room issues. Well, it's like, well, maybe I just wanted to leave, and then it's a little awkward in the locker room since y'all haven't traded. Like the AD situation where he's still around the team and it just became apparently a kind of toxic environment. I don't know. What do y'all think about?
AD got fined $100,000 for that, for publicly saying that he wants to be traded.
Well, so here's the thing. So I look at it both. So I feel like I hated LeBron when he made the decision and how he did it, but I do understand like his point of view when he talks about taking ownership and how like we're businessmen, like you're making millions of dollars like for this organization, also being paid by the organization, but especially someone that you're the one, Pat, you're bringing in the dollars, you're getting a lot of people fed off that. So you should have the right to do what's best for you and your family and make your own decisions and be in control. That's the difference. Back in the day, like Kobe's era and shit like that, they were getting trades and shit like that, but it wasn't like, nah, let's team up and run shit. Bron made it like, nah, let's go wherever makes most sense. I'm trying to win a ring. Y'all gonna say I didn't win a ring. Let me just go and have my power and be able to do what I want. So he has definitely affected in that way.
Definitely revolutionized the game with that, because now it's like it's super teams, but it's also, I feel like it's more fun for the players.
Yeah,
unless you just getting traded to some whack ass team.
Yeah, that's the thing though. So as a player, look at Blake Griffin. He signed his new deal with the Clippers. Was it before or after CP left? Do you know?
It was.
I think it was right after CP left.
Yeah, right
they basically
after CP left.
Signed him.
Beefing.
Yeah. So CP leaves. They re-signed Blake and then literally the next year trade him to Detroit.
They traded
Nigga,
him 6 months later.
LA, you've only been it was 6 months later. You've only been in LA, right? Your whole career. You put them niggas on the map. Obviously with CP, but Lob City was before CP, or sorry, not before, but he was banging out when everyone was paying attention.
Yeah.
Because the
He
Clippers
revived
had
the franchise.
Yeah, exactly. Clippers hadn't done shit, and then they had their run and shit, and then sign him to that big ass contract. Then 6 months later, trade him to Detroit. I'm not gonna say nothing bad about Detroit. Shout out to all my Detroit listeners, gang. But I'm just saying,
we
it's
can
a little
talk bad
different.
about the Pistons. That's basketball hell, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
they said they're
basketball.
the
You
Go there,
die.
yeah, exactly.
He said they're the die.
And
It's
the
like, you know, you go into the
basically,
Knicks,
it's worse than
Cavaliers,
Knicks at this point.
Detroit.
I see it, but so that's why like it makes a lot of sense in the players' aspects or their mindsets. But at the same time, when it comes to things like you getting fined for speaking out publicly, you are on contract in terms of like if we looked at it outside of sports, like if you were on contract with a company, say we're on radio, we're on contract on a fucking radio station, we're signed to a deal. There's no way that I'm gonna be able to just talk badly about the company. Like there's no, like if it's in my contract, there's a clause you cannot speak negatively about the contract. You can't speak on having switches. You can't. I do feel like there is a right way to handle things. There's definitely a way to go about asking for your trade and being quiet about it. And people gave AD scrutiny and stuff, but I don't think it was. I think a lot of that stuff was kind of out of AD's control. It was a lot of the deals in place being leaked, it being known he didn't want to be there, and then they kept him around the team, and then they were handling it like, oh, we'll just have him play like 20 minutes a night. Why the fuck do you have this guy out there for 20 minutes a night? Everyone in the arena know, and then eventually they just shut him down the rest of the year, but he was still showing up to the game. So it's like, I get it. If you're a contracted employee and I'm fucking Steve Ballmer, the owner of the Clippers, like, nah, you're not going to be able to, in contract, talk badly about the franchise or talk about trades. But if you come correctly, well, regardless, you're going to have to deal with it. But there is a way to handle it in a way that has at least a better outlook to it. I don't know if it's always a narrative type of thing.
Yeah.
Russ and PG kind of an example of that. Because when they dipped, it wasn't a huge bad narrative on OKC. In fact, it was kind of more up in the air. Like, people didn't know the exact reason, but it's like Sam Presti and them they're also good dudes, though, because they don't seem like they try to make a narrative. But I think some franchises might.
They
So I
had
feel like
agreement
I've
in place.
fucking ran myself in circles.
When they re-signed, they said, like, yeah, re-sign with us and, like, give it a couple of years, you're not feeling it, then we'll help facilitate a trade. That's what happened with Paul George, and I think with Russell Westbrook, too.
Got you. That makes sense. All right, any more Sportaroonies?
Nope.
I regret saying Sportaroonies. Very quick regret.
The trade talks.
Oh,
Trade
yeah.
talks.
Anthony Davis got hurt.
Oh, AD, that Achilles scared the fuck out of me. Y'all saw that?
I saw shit coming, too. I was like, he needs to rest. He's going to hurt himself.
Yeah,
The next
I'm-
day, he hurt himself. I
That
was
nigga
like,
needs
no.
to sit for a while. Y'all think there should be an All-Star game, right? Because y'all see Braun was mad about that, about the All-Star games.
There should be no All-Star game in the pandemic. Like, what's the point?
And they're doing a dunk
Money.
contest at halftime. Isn't that
What
fucking
contest
weird?
at halftime?
The dunk contest will be at halftime.
Yeah.
That is
kinda
way
short,
better
yeah.
because the dunk contest has been trash.
Honestly, as a
Besides,
halftime
like-
performance,
Hey, but
pretty dope.
think about it. It's trash because the niggas that be in the dunk contest aren't the niggas you be wanting to see on the floor.
Yeah.
But if you're going to do it during halftime, you're basically guaranteeing none of the niggas you want to see on the floor is out there in terms of like no all-stars are going to be doing the dunk contest and in the game. Unless you can. If you can, that's crazy, but I doubt it. So it's like,
you think that it's a thing that they won't let you? I thought it's like, I just don't want to do it.
that would be kind of crazy because you play two halves. I know it's like minutes aren't always crazy. And then like at halftime you go do the dunk contest. You'd be hella warmed up. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
But which all stars doing the dunk contest?
I don't think they've announced.
Zion.
who
Like,
who's
we've
entered.
always wanted to
Oh,
see.
the all-stars aren't even entered actually. So, but
Yeah.
I think they want Zion, but
He been putting up numbers. He might make
In the
it.
dunk
I like
contest or in
Derrick
the All-Star?
Jones.
oh yeah.
He could be in both.
No.
Like, his numbers been pretty good. Like, he's been averaging like 25 and like 8 and like really good efficiency and type shit. So like, yeah, he definitely has all-star production, but like, he plays in the West.
They got to start winning. Hey, Lonzo's been looking good. There's no way we're gonna get through sports without talking to Lonzo.
Oh, yeah.
Lonzo's been balling. I mean, it's not like he's having.
Lonzo Ball.
It's not like he's having like crazy nights every night, but he's having some good ass showings. Like he had one play where he dead ass at the mid range. He drove a little, stopped, and he dead ass started doing the Harden ISO between cross, then shakes him again, gets to the rim, up and under finish between two defenders. I sent it to Ryan. I sent it to all the homies that be talking shit about
You didn't
Lonzo.
send it to me, man. You
And
didn't
he- and
send-
even
I
he
don't
had to
talk shit
say-
about Lonzo.
Even he had to say that was pretty nice. Yeah, I only sent it to the haters.
Hey,
They gotta get
so
some.
what do you guys think? Lonzo 1-on-1 against LaMelo.
LaMelo
Who's
win.
taking that?
I mean, Lonzo.
No.
He's the big
I
brother.
don't think LaMelo.
He's
Yeah, I
taking-
think
he's the
Lonzo
big
would for
brother.
sure win because he gonna be in LaMelo. the same shit LeVar said too. He's like, he could say something to LaMelo, get LaMelo all tripped out the whole rest of the game. If they go 5-on-5, he'll say some shit, get him riled up. He gonna be playing different. Yeah, big bro is not gonna lose.
Yeah, they'll get into your head.
But I think Melo's the better player.
For sure. Right for now. I always like giving Lonzo the benefit of the doubt because I do love the brothers. They're so fucking good. They're very entertaining
And
to watch.
Jello's the best one. Little known fact, Jello is the best one.
What are you
most
talking about? It's
talented.
LeVar.
LeVar
is the
they
best
got
one.
it from. Big baller. You already know. All
I feel
right.
like Lonzo's underrated.
You feel
I'm not trying to sound like a hater. I really think he's
you feel like Lonzo's underrated?
he's underrated. Like he's a good player. He's just not like amazing.
Bro, he's underrated to the haters because the people that are on the Lonzo wagon, we still. Oh, Lonzo wagon sounds weird. Either way,
Pause.
yeah.
Lonzo wagon.
All right, whatever. But like, I don't know. It's a mix up because you had the people that like started out with them, loving him. So we like, fam, MJ. Sorry. Magic Johnson. Sorry, that's wrong. MJ. Magic Johnson mode, big dog. Sorry, LaMelo's MJ. But Magic Johnson mode, man, assist, passing. He gonna have the jersey and the Raptors. Remember, Magic said that shit. So it's like, then there's also people. It's either you think he has hella potential or niggas just be like, he's trash. So it's like, he's hella underrated to people that say he's trash and ass, which I hear like every week. But aside from that,
And Lonzo a fucking rapper. Just saying, man.
yeah, I don't know
You
how to
gotta
rate him.
swerve on him.
His song is not
Swerve.
bad. It's not bad.
I don't
Yeah,
even know
he's
the
no
lyrics.
Rizzy the Great, but he's dope. He's hella dope, man. Fire bars.
Yo, remember when it first came out and you're like, yo, you hear that new Lonzo?
Bro, you know, you gotta, that's my boy, man. I gotta be, I'm gonna start posting the shit on my story, get the little link in there, tag him and shit.
Dude.
They was playing it at the Staples Center.
Yeah, that was fire. That was love right there when they was playing this shit. All right, we got any more sports to talk about?
And Tom Brady said nigger.
Huh? Oh, all right, yeah. Does that classify into sports?
It is.
It's a sports media will take it, you know.
Yep, and
Okay,
Tom Brady
okay.
does play sports. Go, yeah. You explain the topic.
No, I'm just gonna ask you: is that okay? Is Tom Brady the only white man?
Not the only one.
No. Is he allowed to say it at the cookout?
You can't just say it. No one knows what we talking about. So Brady, in short,
mean, he has 7
this
Super
Well, I
Bowls.
can't say the word.
little video. The video. Who is he dapping up? I
Ed
just
Reed.
seen it though, but was that new or old?
I think it was old, but it was
Ed Reed. He says something like, "Oh yeah, of course you're here. You the kryptonite, my nigga." Some shit like that. That shit is funny as fuck. Cause I'm always
Brady's
thinking,
being like
I was
that
thinking-
dude, bro. He's like, he's the
Bro,
nigga Tom, bro.
how you
Yeah,
say
you
that
can't get
loud as
mad.
fuck in a hallway? Like they got that shit on slow mo of him saying it. You could hear they played it back slow mo with the audio, and you could hear him saying. I'm like, and you see his lips. I was like, yeah, it looks like he said it. For sure, looks like.
And
he
it
did. You
sounds
see
like
lips.
his voice.
You see his lips, yeah. But you saw his lips at the beginning, but like his
At the
lips were
end, you
blocked when he
couldn't see,
said
but it's
nigga.
like-
But like you just, it was the same voice, it was the same everything.
And
It's
unless
like,
he dapped up, dude, you're my kryptonite, and fucking Edwin,
Yeah.
nigga,
Yeah,
right
so
as he
like,
finished
it didn't sound like it was
yeah,
edited,
nah,
bro.
it sounded like
hey,
it
at
was,
this point, we'll pop the video up like in the corner.
but this, and then TB, dude, the comments
there?
was funny
yeah,
as fuck.
in the corner we'll just pop the video,
Yeah,
or
it's
maybe
like-
that corner, or that one, or that
What
one.
is
Some
it?
silence.
One of those quarters. We'll
Yeah.
fucking
Oh,
pop
we
the
want
video
to
up.
show it for?
Do a little
Oh,
picture
should we
in
do
the
that?
picture?
Shit, we gotta take this shit to the next level, man.
Next
Look, if you
level.
watching
Watch
this,
season 2 shit, bro.
if I keep this audio that I'm saying right now, that means that we have that screen right there. So we
Yes,
hope y'all
sir.
enjoyed that, man. That's pretty fire. We're taking it to the next level.
What happened? Tom Brady
Number
said
one
nigga.
podcast in the world.
Tom Brady.
That shit is hilarious.
Bro,
Which
That's-
begs the question: if you have 7 Super Bowl rings, do you automatically get the nigga pass?
I saw people in the
I
comments say
think four would
yeah.
pass. Even
Like,
4 of
seven's
them.
kinda crazy,
Four of them,
bro.
even 4 of them, you get the fat.
Like,
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. I feel like Tom. Just seeing it, it's like it's Tom. I'm not. I don't know. It depends on who you ask. I wouldn't sock him, but I know somebody who would sock him. But it's just like,
I'm like, that's Tom
damn,
Brady,
like it's
bro.
Tom.
Like-
I don't know.
I know none of his teammates would sock him.
Oh, for sure not.
Yeah, definitely not. Cause he got
want
in
a
the
job?
ring. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't sock the quarterback, but
Nah, but that shit, all the comments too, everyone was just like
like-
giving him the green light. Like,
Yeah,
nah,
yeah,
he
yeah,
good.
it's Tom.
Yeah. He's like, they were saying he got 7 rings, or not 6 rings? No, he got 7 rings, right?
Yeah.
7 rings. He got hood tendencies, shit like that. Was
Yeah,
fucking
but he
dead,
said
bro.
it
There was some
confidently.
funny
I
ass
think-
comments.
Like he said, like he'd been saying it before
for a minute, like that wasn't the
yeah.
first time he said it. Like he
Yeah,
said it before in
yeah.
college. He said it before, like NFL. I know he said that shit.
That would be crazy if
he
like
said
a
it way
scandal
too
came
calm.
out.
Yeah, that's like a second speak, bro. Like
way too, no hesitation.
part of me wishes
Nobody else was around.
part of me like wants Tom Brady to actually have this like secret persona of like just being like
Hella
a
hood.
hood dude. Like, you know, he's like a 6'4", like white looking model dude. Like,
Yeah.
nah, he's actually like Tom Brady's one of the niggas, bro. Like,
He got Mike Jones on vinyl.
yeah, basically all that shit, bro.
You like Tyler Hero?
Yeah.
If Tyler Hero wins 6 rings, he got to pass. If it slips out,
Nah,
you hear him and Jimmy. He's like, "Yeah, what's up, my nigga?" And
No,
they
he said-
dapping up. And Jimmy, no, I'm saying like, what if they got 6 rings and you hear Tyler Hero saying it to Jimmy?
I mean, at that point, I feel like Jimmy. I feel like Tyler. Can't, like, is he white?
Tyler Hero?
Oh,
Yeah.
he's white.
Yeah.
But
Uh-uh.
he got that dog in him. He one of them dogs.
No.
Nah.
I've never really been like the ones to get like super mad at other people saying niggas, so I can't really say like, I don't know. Does he have a pass? I don't know.
We're just bullshitting, man. We probably
Tyler
aren't
Hero.
thinking it all seriously. Like,
Hell yeah, I don't know.
Nah, honestly, but like with that shit, like, with like Tom, it's like, nigga, you talking to your friend. I don't know what y'all's relationship
Yeah.
is. I'm sure people could be really mad because they heard you say the N word and you're not supposed to say it, and they could be on you. But like,
Yeah.
I'm just watching a video and I'm fucking
I thought
dying.
it was hilarious.
I'm fucking dying, my nigga.
At
That
that
shit
moment,
is funny.
Tom had a pass. I thought that shit was so funny.
And
I'm
I
like-
knew it wasn't even new, but that shit was funny as fuck. Oh, yeah, and then you have masks on. That's how you know it. That's how
Yeah.
you can really date shit.
Yeah.
Niggas don't have masks on is
I was
not.
dying.
Yo,
Dying
it's
laughing.
crazy when I watch like a movie or something, and then I recognize that they're not wearing a mask. I'm like, whoa, why aren't they wearing a mask? And then I'm like, whoa, this movie was made like 7 years ago.
And it's just a movie.
It's crazy how we got programmed into seeing it like that.
But
They even
there's
got mask emojis, and that now they're gonna make mask memojis, and that shit is crazy. It's gonna be programmed into. It's just gonna be normalized like that.
Commercials and shit. That shit's crazy.
There is a mask emoji though, but like with that the surgeon mask and
They
shit. But
I don't think they had it prior to.
There was,
No,
but like, it was
they've
like
had
you were
that shit
sick.
for
It was
yeah,
like you
like
were
a
sick.
sick mask.
Now they have like the mask for like kind of like stylish looking, like, you know, casual
For
wear,
the
so-
emoji?
Yeah, it's like a regular. Oh, I have a mask on. Like,
Uh-huh.
Crazy.
Are you guys gonna buy like a Louis mask?
No.
Come on, man.
hey, honestly, if I was stupid rich, why not?
If it's comfortable for your face.
Look
Yeah, that- that-
If it got some nice leather, you got a wallet on your face, comfy.
a leather ass face mask. You ain't
Gonna look
breathing
like
in
Bane.
shit. You can't breathe for shit in that shit. Man.
So what are we talking about?
Mask,
We talking about
Gucci
the
mask
Yeah, that's
on
bullshit.
your face.
No, I'm playing.
Hey, they're not gonna have no movies with people with masks on them in it though. Unless
You don't
it's like
think in the
about
future?
COVID.
Yeah,
Like-
maybe at some
Because all the
point.
shit that's coming out on Netflix, or like the new, because they're still in production. It's just that everyone on the production team, like you saw when who was it? Remember we were talking about it? Like was it Tom Cruise that was like cussing out his production people because
Yeah.
No, yeah.
they're not wearing masks to shoot this shit. But that would be hella cool if someone did have a movie that took place in COVID times, so like everyone does have masks and shit like that. I don't know if that'd be the greatest movie because niggas is at home, so it might not be the greatest thing.
No,
Niggas
yeah,
just
no,
in
they
there
wouldn't do
thinking
that.
and dealing with fucking demons and shit like that. But
Maybe like in the future, definitely they'll shoot a movie with somebody wearing a mask in it from, you know what I'm saying, for some COVID shit.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, you know what? I think we've done a fucking great job. Do we have anything else to cover, my boys? Anything else to leave them with?
I just patted myself.
Yeah, you supposed to pat yourself on the back, bro. It's a shoulder.
Shoulders, man.
So to wrap up, hate crimes are bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck that. And if you
Be
if you,
courageous.
if you watch
Tom
someone
Brady
do a
has
hate
nigga
crime,
pass.
yeah.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Kai hates women and is a misogynist. And yeah. And way back down, still out.
Still out.
Stream that.
You didn't have to, bro. Wow, but that is true. That
On
is
all
very true.
DSPs,
Way Back
no.
Down is out, man. It's on all platforms. Oh, that's my last. When are we gonna get on DSPs? Y'all think we should start fucking around getting on Spotify and Apple Podcasts?
I think
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
That's season
How do you
two.
do
You
that?
guys are pussies.
That's level two.
You guys are pussies,
Be on
bro.
DSPs.
All right. We'll up it a notch. Look,
How do you get on DSPs?
on?
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
TuneCore. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I wonder what the distribution is like. So like, y'all watching this, pretty soon you're gonna see us coming live to you on DSPs. I just asked my boys about it. They said we should be on DSP. Oh, DSPs is like Spotify, Apple, and
Whatever
shit
you
like that.
find your podcast.
Yeah, wherever you listen to podcast. Well,
Yeah, I'm a
this
car
one, I
listener.
know where you find this one at. But yeah, appreciate y'all for joining us. You could be anywhere in the world,
But you're here with us.
but you're here with us,
Oh,
man. And we
God.
appreciate
Hey.
y'all. You know,
Number
you
one
got the,
podcast in the world.
Hey.
in the
in the
world,
building.
Craig.
Thank you for all the vibes. Thank you for all the well wishes. Hope you had a good Valentine's Day. If you didn't, it doesn't matter. Also, that was funny as fuck how we called the last episode the Valentine's Day pod, and we hardly talked about Valentine's Day at all. 'Cause no
Yeah.
one cared about it.
Yeah, a little bit.
Great section.
We talked about it like 2 hours in though.
It's okay.
You
Real
really-
fans. Real
Hey,
fans.
look, if you talk about Valentine's Day,
We talk
on
about more
Valentine's Day
debt.
pod, you know what I'm saying?
It's like when
Okay,
you
fine.
talk
We naming
about
this
you-
one the OnlyFans pod.
No,
OnlyFans, but nah.
We talked about OnlyFans for like 10 minutes.
Huh?
It wasn't even like
That's the point.
OnlyFans.
We
for-
only talked
OnlyFans.
about Valentine's Day for
We didn't even
literally
talk
like
about
10 minutes.
OnlyFans. We just slandered Tori.
Wait, so y'all just got on me because we barely talked, because I said we barely talked about Valentine's Day, and I named the title, and we
I
talked
see
about
the
it 2 hours
correlation,
in.
but this one doesn't
We
make...
did the same thing for. Dude, we talked for
This is not a
OnlyFans.
holiday. Is this OnlyFans Day?
Dude, but we talked
Is this
about
OnlyFans Day?
No, but the
This is
point was
OnlyFans.
I named it a thing that our episode wasn't really about at
Right,
all.
I know, I get it.
So just because of this now, we're for sure doing.
Oh, so people
the
can
OnlyFans
listen
pod.
in.
Because it's funny as fuck. It's a troll.
That's clickbait.
Yeah.
You don't wanna
No,
clickbait.
it's not.
That's
It's
not
just,
clickbait,
Oh
that's
yeah,
the
they're
truth.
talking about Valentine's Day. We gotta tap in. Gotta tap in. Fuck it. You know, I'll figure it out. You know, we'll make a good name. Anyways, man, we appreciate y'all rocking with us.
Thank
you. Stay safe. Prayers up. I think we covered everything. I still look white as fuck in that camera, but I'm gonna look into it and say,
You need to change that in post-pod.
Arrivederci. I don't color grade, but I am self-made.
Speak
Ooh.
Italian?
Oh, we
Hey, what
done
does
so.
Arrivederci mean?
I don't know.
Why you shopping? Me, I stay up on my job, I don't clock in. Man, these lame niggas, they disgrace us. I see the way you dudes move so tasteless. I feel the janky in my shoes when I'm walking over you.